Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. John Partridge joined once again by the lovely gentleman beside me. That is William Leach, the man on the left, or your right or my left, depending on which way you're looking at the camera. It is, of course,
Pauper.
For a Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on, we should have lent this one in before. We've done this multiple times. But yes, that is correct. It is Monday Night Pauper here from Darkster in London. We have 4 rounds of Pauper action ready to go. The players are ready. We have one deck that we've seen before in the Burn deck, and one a little bit different in land control, land destruction. Call it land control, seemed a little bit more cool. I've got no idea what the deck is, so we're going to find out very soon. We're going to set it straight down to the feature match area for round number 1 of coverage of our Monday Night Pauper. So we will give the players the go-ahead, and they will be off to the races. A little bit of delay while we sort some stuff, and we're going to start up with a very nice forest. The best colour in Magic, do you not agree?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was worth a try.
Well, we know the most powerful colour.
Green.
Blue.
Green.
In all
or
of
red.
Magic.
There's obviously double forest, in fact, as a pass back at the turn here from Kai. Adam going to cycle his Forgotten Cave.
Yeah. Funnily enough, this is Adam's first game of Pauper.
I know, he said as well, I'm on camera for my first game of Pauper, which is the best place to do it. As we see a Firebrand Arch at the start here, we're going to see an island, and we're going to see a, looks like the start of the land destruction. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go and see if we can work out what that card is. We're also, of course, going to pull up the wonders that is Twitch chat, so anyone at home can also have a go at guessing the card names as well from this very interesting land control destruction deck. Oh, that was not the right button. So we're going to see a needle shot here, a needle drop here from Adam. Able to see another one as well, cycling itself through, dealing some damage here to Kai, already down to 14 life. The Burn deck definitely doesn't take too long to get going when it wants to. Definitely one of the more aggressive decks in this format, although no creatures does mean that it's a little bit more susceptible to removal spells against its opponents, but at the same time a very powerful deck to be looking at. Well, what we're going to do as well while we're here is also look at some of the card options that may be here. So we're going to see if it works. We're going to go land destruction. And of course, we can play along at home if you like and you're interested to see. So land destruction.
Well, Thermocast.
Okay. Do you want to type that, or do you want to let everyone else at home type it first? Go on, you type it. Let's see. I'll keep looking. We're going to see a Seagate Oracle here and also a Swamp.
Let's see if it
Kai.
works, because I was watching last week and this wasn't working.
Oh, it's because it couldn't spell it properly.
No, like this in general, no matter what they put in.
Land Destruction Pauper. Destroyer of Land. No, that's a Commander EDH deck. That didn't work.
It's a 3-mana Stone Rain in green. What is it? It's not.
Oh no, that's I clicked Primer rather than Pauper. But for anyone at home that does want to join in and try and guess all those things, it's always any help. See Firebrand Archer and a Searing Blaze as well. The land drop helping to remove the Seagate Oracle. Dealing 4 damage as well to Kai. It's a lot of damage to be dealing this quickly on. Definitely not a bad start here, as we also see a Lava Spike, which is going to deal 4 damage eventually, but we're going to see a Suspended or Riftbolt to start. A lot of these cards do transfer from Modern, which is obviously another part of it as well. Sultai Land Destruction. Haha, we found it. Oh, it's a Saffron Olive deck. I shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, no.
So we are going to have a very quick game. Firebrand Archer ending that game in very fast and dramatic style. That was quite interesting to watch, actually. And the Land Destruction deck kind of doesn't really get started against mono red because it's just playing mountains. There's no really sort of any Tron lands, which this deck would be great against. Obviously,
yeah, you can't hurt him off for colour because he's monocolor. You can't try and tax the utility lands because he's not playing any. And as well, the problem is
it's Thermocast with a K-A-R-S-T. There we go. That's how we spell it. So we're going to pull it up. It's a 1 green green. Destroy target land. if that land is a snow land, you gain a life. This is really interesting against the Scred decks, or the Scred Delver decks. It's like destroy your land and gain a life, which seems pretty nice as well. Bearing in mind, this is a Sultai deck, so some of the things we're going to be looking at is calling oracles. We're also looking at Seagate Oracle just to try and find our different cards. We have Mold Drifter, another way of trying to find our pieces. We have Mold Shambler, which for those of you who aren't aware, is a 4-mana 3/3 with Kicker for 1 and a green. And when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, destroy target non-land permanent. Now we're going to pull this one up, and then what we'll do is we'll pull up the last creature. So I think I'm going to try and spell this one this time, am I? And the reason we're focusing a lot more on the land destruction deck, because it's not something we've really seen. Whereas we've seen the burn deck before, we've seen it's got obviously got every spikes. It's not every week. That's a lie, because we didn't have it last week.
We didn't.
No, we did not.
No, instead we had the Tron mirror match.
Yes, it was wonderful to watch.
You know what? So, I've had a few comments today as I was sitting down waiting about I give Tron a lot more slack than it.
You do. You give it a lot of slack, 100%.
Okay. And I think I need to reiterate, I hate Tron. I hate big mana decks. However, in Pauper, I believe it's the only format where the unfair deck still plays fairly.
Yep, that's true. I will agree with that one, definitely. However, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the big monster that does exist within the deck on our right of our screen.
It doesn't play it, does it? Oh, I love this card.
I think this is a very good card. Now, bear in mind, in my eyes, this was the greatest card you could open from the Modern Master 2017 set that wasn't a rare or a mythic rare.
Agreed.
It costs 6 mana.
But you play this at limited and then
you win the game.
It's insane.
What we're going to do is we're going to show you the card. We're going to show you the beauty that is the Dinrova Horror. 4 blue-black. So it is 6 mana, admittedly. 4/4. With a very relevant rules text. It goes, when Dinrova Horror enters the battlefield, return target permanent, which includes lands, to his owner's hand. Then that player discards a card. So this card functions in multiple different ways. Number one, it deprives them of a card from their hand, but also bounces a land back to their hand, which could be a very important piece. A dual land that comes to play tap, try and slow them down. Or, for example, your opponent is hellbent. You can make a Dinrovan Horror and have them basically it's a 6 mana removal spell for anything you want.
Yeah, it's a 6 mana 4/4 with a Vindicate attached.
Yeah. If you don't like a card, it dies when your opponent's hellbent, which is obviously really good. So we're going to see players opening their hands up for game. Number 2, Kai going to be on the play. Going to see a good number of lands and a Coiling Oracle as well. One of the nice parts about this deck is it does get to play the green-blue 1/1. So we will... He's taking a mulligan, so obviously... no, that's not what we need to be doing. Let's not put it in that box.
So Thornwood Falls, I think, is probably the best land to be playing if you're against the burn deck.
Yeah. Gaining a life is pretty nice. We're going to see a Lava Spike to start with, though. Down to a grant of 18 for Kai, which is obviously not as low as he wants to be. But Coiling Oracle, a green-blue 1/1. The really nice thing here is it goes, when it enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you put it into play. And if it's not, it goes to your hand, so you get the card advantage. But he's going to decide not to play it. In fact, he's going to hold up the Condescend, which is a very interesting play. I like it a lot, as we're going to see a curse being played here, and I think this one's definitely getting condescended. You don't want to be cursed in this matchup.
No, not the curse of the
And he gets to Scry as well, which is nice. Scry 2, we're going to see a Dispel, and we're going to see what looks like a
green card.
Yeah, well, he didn't want the one. He wanted the Dispel. Which spell?
I was just about to say that.
As we're going to see.
The first time I heard that joke was Christoph Green.
Nice.
Funnily enough.
Yeah, funnily enough.
I played against him at GP Birmingham.
Yep.
Dismember this. Sorry, which member?
Oh, no. Oh, good Lord.
And
oh, wow.
I am so thankful that a judge wasn't around for my reply to that.
Clearly, it's obviously not cast stream friendly, so we won't be revealing that one. But we're going to see a Cycling of the Forgotten Cave here with a Dispel in hand. Kai deciding to try and hold up all of his mana. Instead, we're going to see a Rift Bolt here, and are we going to see something? Oh, no, just double Rift Bolt.
Suspended.
Suspended, of course. And we're going to see an untap here and a draw. Now, I can see the Coiling Oracle being a nice little play here, especially as he is missing his 4th land drop. So I can imagine that Coiling Oracle into counter one of these spells, because I believe it's an instant. Rift Bolt?
Yeah.
Rift Bolt is an instant.
The one that's shocking me, though, is have you seen the price on Lava Spike lately?
Nope.
They're $5 each.
No, they're not.
They were like $4 or $5 each.
That I can't believe.
Apparently, I was hearing this from players today.
Wow. So, don't buy into burn. So we're gonna see Coiling Oracle revealing our new additional land destruction spell, but not a land unfortunately. But we're gonna see one of them, actually both of them coming to spend. It's the Mold Shambler. Mold Shambler. It was revealed and put into hand. So
No, I was thinking the weird one that Ponza plays in Modern.
Mimvoli Acid Moss.
Yeah.
That's also in the hand. Needle Drop. Don't. Oh yeah, because we've Rift Bolted our opponent, so that can be used. So burn. Yes, lava Spike has spiked to $5 ago.
But
Wow, it's more expensive than Chain Lightning. We can see the Needle Drop here.
I found a Chain Lightning on my floor this morning.
Oh, nice.
As I was looking for the cards for you.
Oh, did you bring the cards for me?
I bring one of them.
Did you bring the Jace the Mind Sculptors for me?
You know I didn't.
Well, that's the problem. You brought the wrong cards with you.
I bring the wrong deck box.
You haven't brought any of them with you, have you?
I've bring the curse for you and the counter spells.
Why could you not just bring the right cards? We're going to see a Dispel here on the Searing Blaze. Yep, do have to tap 2 mana for that, madam. And Kai's still at a healthy 12 life at the moment, so he's doing all right at the moment. Adam down to also a healthy 19 life. So we're going to see an attack for 1 now. Do you make the Mold Drifter, or do you make the Coiling Oracle? Well, you evoke the Mold Drifter. Well, he's just going to pass the turn, obviously, with Condescend up, although Condescend seems to be losing quite a lot of value right now, as you haven't hit your 4th land drop, and your opponent is pretty freely casting spells. We're going to see the Curse enter the battlefield here. I suppose you could Condescend to 2, make him tap out, and feel pretty bad about life.
Try and scry to find the land that you need.
Yep. I think if you're holding Condescend up, you should be doing something with it. But yes, Temporal Spring is the other one we're looking at here. But he does get to cast Temporal Spring, which is a nice one to have. We see Mnemonic Wall off at the top by the looks of it. So a bit more of a big colour deck here, just not able to actually find the lands that he needs. And I would definitely be looking at casting that Mold Drifter this turn. Your Condescend becoming pretty rough right now otherwise.
Definitely. Vote that Mold Drifter. Ooh.
Interesting. Kai values this Condescend quite highly at this point in the game. And I'm not sure why.
Or maybe it's down to the fact of how's he going to win.
That's true. Well, he loses a life on each of his upkeep. You can't draw from your burn play, but he has found a land. So that's pretty good, not pretty good there. And I think we might see them Mimvoli Acid Moss, get him up to land number 5. Able to fetch a forest card from his library. Just destroy a mountain. Which one would you like? Obviously get to...
Pick a card, any card.
Yeah, we have a Shard Volley as well, so that could have been a very interesting one. He could have chosen to Shard Volley in response. And not allow the Mimvoli Acid Moss to actually resolve. We're going to see a forest enter the battlefield here. It's a very interesting deck, this Sultai deck. Just not able to find its lands, unfortunately misfiring slightly as well. But I definitely do like it the next turn of Mnemonic will get back Dispel. Although he might just be dead by then. As you do need to find a way of getting rid of this curse. Although it only deals 1 damage a turn, that does start to add up after a very short period of time.
Definitely.
So we're going to see a Lava Spike target you. Yep, take 3. Can we burn him? Is Adam able to burn him out this turn? No, Shard Volley. Deal 3. So we're now at 4. And Fire Blast you for lethal damage. Shake of the hands here. And wow, that was pretty rough there for Kai. And unfortunately, maybe just a few missteps by not pushing forwards necessarily enough with his advantage that he'd gained. Or by the fact that he didn't draw any lands, deciding to hold up counter spells that were slowly becoming a lot worse.
I feel like he should have been a bit more aggressive with that Mold Drifter.
Okay.
Knowing that your hand is full of 4 and 5 drops, hitting that land drop is really important.
And definitely better than calling Oracle to try and draw your lands. Should we try and get another match on camera?
That match lasted, what, 10 minutes, 10, 15?
Not very long. It was a very quick match. Should we try and get another match on camera?
Well, you say that, but it's...
We have 27 minutes left on the round. We're not exactly sure the time. Or should we could talk about the Pauper? Or that you didn't bring the cards that you owed me.
I don't owe you cards.
Okay, you don't owe me cards, but
anymore.
You were going to give me You did owe me cards. That is very true. You did owe me cards. But what cards were you going to bring for me? Jason Mind Sculptor, which you failed me on.
Which
failed. Remember, viewers, failed me on. I will remind him of this very much. Failed me on. What
But
else
I
were you
did
meant to bring me?
explain why I couldn't give you
It was a really rubbish excuse, was what I heard. All I heard was excuse. Chit chat, chitty chitty chat chat.
the
Chat, chitty chat. Have you seen Kung Fu Panda 3?
No.
Okay.
I've
then
seen
that's
1
where
and
that's
2,
from.
not the third.
That's where that one's from.
Okay.
When the evil villain's doing these things, it's like chit chat, chitty chitty chat. Too much chit chat, and I was just doing that to you as well.
You're really into your kids' movies and shows, aren't you?
Well, the lovely woman in my life has a beautiful little boy, it's mine, and she also has another young boy as well, who loves Kung Fu Panda, and I will hold my hands up. The films are great.
Yeah,
enjoy
I
watching
loved
them.
it.
So we watched number 3 at the weekend, the past couple of weekends ago. Watched that one.
I saw Paddington yesterday with my nephews.
Oh, really? What, the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was really good.
I love how we've diverged from Magic onto films. It's quite good fun. I do love these divergences from Magic. It's always good.
Divergent was a good movie as well.
No, it wasn't. It was terrible. That film was shocking.
I loved the trilogy.
No.
Was it a quadrilogy? No, it was a trilogy.
I don't know. I didn't watch much. I didn't watch 1 and stopped.
Yeah, it was a trilogy.
I watched 1 and then stopped. I realised that there were better films to watch, say Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Kung Fu Panda, Ice Age.
I love Ice Age.
Some good films that can be watched.
The third was my favourite.
Okay. Oh, the dinosaur one.
Hmm?
The one with the dinosaurs in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. However, going back to full circle back to Magic. What else?
And
What else were you meant to bring for me today?
Counter spells?
Yes, that was true. Now, did you bring those with you?
No.
Right. Okay. What else were you meant to give for me?
The Blue Curse.
Nope.
Which?
Tropical Island.
Oh yeah, I can't find it.
Right. Okay. So that's now
Everything.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards out of 7 we failed. What else were you meant to bring me?
I don't know.
You said you had a spare Liliana of the Veil.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, you didn't bring that for me.
No, I still can't find my modern deck.
Okay, that's pretty rough. And then what else were you actually meant to bring me that you did decide to bring with you?
The Blue Curse.
Which does what exactly?
The Mills 2.
So fortunately, he did bring the card for the most important deck in the most important format, is Pauper. He actually brought the right card. He actually didn't bring the other cards that I wanted for the other decks I wanted to play as well. Which also works as well, apparently. All right.
I'll bring the wrong deck. I put it in a deck box, and I have 2 red deck boxes.
So what are you going to do next weekend? What are you going to do next Monday?
Bring you the cards.
Exactly.
Except for Jace the Wallet Sculptor.
That's the wrong answer.
Because Kurt's still got them.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, but he's not going to be like Charles and leave my stuff in Amsterdam.
Well, at least now he can buy you a new deck for anything he has lost after. Obviously, congratulations to Christoph Green,
Ben Jones,
and
Charles Elliott-Amby
for winning the Grand Prix at the weekend. The team event, which was Legacy, Modern, and Standard, for those of you who may or not been watching, but a UK team for the first time in a very, very long time took down AGP, and it was amazing to see. It was really
I loved
good.
the decks they were playing as well.
Yes, so they were playing Grixis midrange in Standard.
Yeah, the Grixis Energy.
They were playing, or it's midrange.
Sure.
Playing Grixis Death Shadow. It's 2 Grixis decks. And Charles could have played Grixis as well, but instead he decided to just Eldrazi people instead.
Sure. I think he should have. Obviously,
could have had a trio of Grixis decks.
Play Eldrazi because he won with it. But in terms of the theme, I've seen him at a lot of Legacy events playing Grixis Delver. He usually plays Grixis Delver, and he's pretty good with it. Yeah.
But going back to it, obviously, it's a very good thing for UK Magic as a whole, because what it means is that we become a bit more of a known entity, which means for people like ourselves, who sit in the commentary booth at Darkstone in London, we might get a bit more viewing, which would be great, because bringing Pauper to the world is the most important thing in Magic. It is, because it's the best format. Also, I sit on stream.
I'd love to go
I sit on stream on Wednesday doing Modern coverage and say it's the best format. And Chris sits in the booth next to me and goes, "You're wrong. I don't like you, but you're wrong."
I mean, Pauper is amazing.
It is. It is a fantastic
I'd love
format.
to do like a Pauper GP or Pauper PPTQs instead of Standard.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Standard's in a really good place right now.
Pauper PTQ would be good.
Yeah, I'd like Pauper.
It'd be different. It'd be wonderful. Because you could play anything. And it'd be good.
Anything can happen.
It is. I mean, you look here today. We've had Burn on before, but that's one of the decks in the format against Untitled Land Destruction, which I've now seen. I can't want to build that deck now.
What?
I don't know why. It looks really good. It looks really good fun. Look, it's Pauper. It costs $48 to buy the deck, and it looks amazing fun. Okay, so the deck for those at home who are not sure.
Hold on, can we just say something here?
No.
The lava spikes are half of that deck.
Yeah. Do you know what half of this deck is as well? 3 Ash Barons. Do you know, it's the same as Field of Ruin. These are uncommons that have taken massive hikes in price. Field of Ruin's really expensive as well. I think I own
foil Field of Ruins are like £20.
Yes, I think I may have one of those as well.
What, a foil one?
May need to find that one, yeah. Do you want it?
Yes.
Excellent.
Of course I do.
Can you get me the wallet sculptors back yet?
Sure. Deal. You know what? I want a foil Field of Ruin. Deal.
But no, like, it's actually really interesting. So this deck, just to go through it, so it's just to go over a bit more detail, we only saw bits and pieces of it in that match. I think Burn possibly being the one matchup he didn't want to play against, compared to, say, the Tron decks or, say, the mono-black decks, which are a lot more expensive and require a lot more lands, or just against some of the more greedy decks in the format. Plus, it gets rid of lands that are important as well, so colours can also be challenged as well. But we're looking at 4 Coiling Oracle, 4 Seagate Oracle, 4 Mold Shambler, 4 Mold Drifter, and 4 Dim Rover Horror. Maybe instead what that was being played by Kai was more of a Mnemonic Wall instead, because he also had Ghostly Flickers. So he had a much more interesting game plan to go long, because then we're also looking at Condescend, Temporal Spring, Thermocast, Minvolia Acid Moss, and then some number of maybe Signets and Mind Stone, Golgari Signets and Mind Stones as well. So maybe some of those were dropped in favour of Mnemonic Wall and Ghostly Flicker.
I'd like to see Moment's Peace in this deck if you are playing Mnemonic Walls and this, because it feels like the worst thing for the deck are the aggressive decks, so play something to hedge against that.
Yeah. And also with Mnemonic Wall, Ghostly Flicker lock, eventually you can get to the stage where you're getting that back, and if you get 2 Mnemonic Walls in play, obviously for those at home, 2 Mnemonic Walls, you Ghostly Flicker both of them, you get back Ghostly Flicker and the Temporal. Moment's Peace, sorry. Yeah. Moment's Peace, it's a card I'm thinking of. So and you get to cast them every turn for 6 mana, which is not a lot. And it pays off quite a lot, and it basically means that you have enough turn. And you obviously you have to then draw more lands to play the game, but it gives you a lot more time to do it. Sorry? Yeah. Oh, we got a game 3.
Oh, sweet. Who are they?
I have absolutely no idea.
Sure.
I'm going to go with it's table 3, which I can tell you who's on table 3, I think. Wizards Event Reporter. We have Joseph Godding versus Simeon Arabov. So I'm going to go and get them players sorted. You put the player names in and we'll try and work out roughly who's playing who. You do that, I'll go get them ready, and I'll find out what they're playing. Because Joseph will probably be playing a new deck, because that man owns many different Pauper decks.
Which one's Joseph?
He's the man with a hat, so he's going to be on the far side. So he's going to be player 1.
The man with the hat. I hope he's playing it. I hope he's playing the deck. So he was showing me a deck earlier, and the deck is sweet. It was it's a blue-white morph deck, and it uses Cloud Shift to flip all your morph creatures up. That would usually be too expensive to flip up. Like it's running the Abzan one, Ponyback Brigade, the Death Mauler, the Sultai one, and it's beautiful. I appreciate this way too much. So I'm going to copy some names in after I learn how to spell. Boom, that one. Pardon?
Joseph is on the far side, he's player 1. That's right. Cool, so what we'll do is they're 1 and 1. Currently set at 1 and 1. Joseph on the play has taken a mulligan down to 6, and if we send it straight back down to the feature match area, don't worry about that one. So what it is, I'm going to tell you now, is an Affinity Mirror.
Oh, he didn't play the deck.
What were you hoping you played?
He showed me a really sweet morph deck that he built.
Oh no, you've ruined your life. But what we are going to do is send it straight down to feature match area.
I just spoke to the stream about how amazing this morph deck is.
We're going to give the players a go-ahead, thumbs up, and we'll be on to our second game of round number 1 of coverage here from Darksphere in London on a Monday Night Pauper, the Affinity Mirror, with Joseph taking in mulligan down to 6. So
Did I miss any matches?
If you've only just joined us, you've missed round 1, which was Burn versus Land Destruction, where Burn his opponent's face-off. Yeah, pretty much burned his opponent face-off. It was the Land Destruction deck was really interesting. Missed a load of lands, decided to hold up some Condescends rather than playing out some things. So we're going to see to the Synod against a copy of Darksteel Citadel with... Do you know what the artifact... Can you remember what the artifact is?
Oh, son of a...
Son of a gun.
Joe,
but we're going to see an Atog with a Great Furnace to play from...
Atog. We had this conversation. We believe it's Atog.
It's an Atog.
Atog.
Atog. It's Atog.
Judge, is it Atog or Atog?
I'm not an English person, like an English professor, so it's whatever you want.
Excellent. Best answer is Atog.
He said whatever you want, therefore Atog is also correct. That's not how it works.
So what we're going to do, we're going to pull up the Affinity deck here, and we're just going to quickly go through what some of the cards are. So what we have is a Flayer Husk, is the card you're looking at. Looks like we're going to see a Gorilla Shaman. Good lord, it's the first time I've seen that card.
What do you mean? It's the first time you've seen that card? Well, obviously you've seen it before to know what
destroy
it is.
destroy target non-creature artifact with confirmed cost X. Seems pretty good.
Oh.
This game may end quite quickly.
So you just go pop an artifact every turn?
Yeah, you do also have to hope your Gorilla Shaman doesn't die to your opponent.
That's completely
But obviously getting rid of a land every turn, or whenever you want, seems pretty good for a mana.
Well,
1/0/0, a destroy target land from the Affinity deck seems pretty rough.
You can't destroy the Darksteel Citadel, unfortunately.
No, that is true. Obviously, Darksteel Citadel does have Indestructible.
I like this play from Simeon because he has this. He hasn't played the land that he has in hand.
So we're going to see the Flayer Husk being destroyed this time by the Gorilla Shaman, which does mean that the Germ will be disappearing, as it is a 0/0 benefiting from the Living Weapon rule.
We're going to see an attack from the Atog.
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 Atog. Going to see an attack for both of them, in fact.
I mean, that's completely fair.
Again,
because
yep, agreed.
I thought that the Shaman was a tap ability, and I was wrong.
No, it's not. It's just an ability. It's how old cards were designed.
But the majority of old cards have now been errated.
Yes, that is true. This one hasn't.
In order to include tap. My first encounter of that was the Candelabra of Turnips.
Oh, nice.
Because I played against someone in EDH and they just went, play this Bounce Land, play this Candelabra, I now have infinite mana. I'm like, that's not how it works.
Wow, so we're going to see a discard here by Simeon, the Gorilla Shaman, doing a lot of good work here for Joseph here. Now, if he can find, obviously, another land, it means he gets to get rid of the Prophetic Prism as well. The real fight here is what we call a Tog or a Tog.
Atog or Atog is, I think, what he meant.
No, he meant a Tog or a Tog, because that's clearly the only way you pronounce it.
Atog.
We'll find a way through this. If anyone... Oh, no, wait. Trying to ask the chat to say how it's pronounced could be quite challenging, as you can only type the answer.
Okay, what you can do is A-Tog, so for Atog, or Atog for...
So fully spelt normally for a Tog.
Shut up.
We say, oh no, they're ruining it.
Yes.
Oh no, you can't. Don't let Will win. You can't let Will win.
Hold on. Can I just say that's 3 against 1 right now?
Why?
Because Joseph agrees with me that it's Atog.
But he doesn't because he's not in the booth.
But we had this conversation. Atog.
Hey, Perry, you're hurting me now. The viewers are hurting me now. They're hurting me so much. You cannot let Will win something.
This is the first time that chat's been on my side.
It does make a change, and we're going to see a shake of the hand there. Joseph Godding able to take down at Simeon Arabov very quickly there in their game number 3. Oh, man. Today could be a very, very rough day.
Because it's Atog.
No, it's because the chat's agreeing with you, which hurts me a lot.
No, it's fine. It just means that chat's right.
Chat is always right, correct.
Therefore, you are wrong.
No.
Yes. If chat's right,
cannot prove ever to be wrong. I will be happily to be proven wrong, but have never been proved to be wrong. Who? Because it's fine. You don't get the joke. It's all right.
You confuse me.
Is
this another of your bad Winnie the Pooh jokes?
No, that was a good joke. That was a good joke. Leave me alone on that one. No, but it's more the fact that someone's agreed with you and you are correct for once, which worries me.
I know, right?
I'm going to see like a comet falling from the sky very soon and like pigs flying over there. It's going to be like the world has ended. We're in some sort of apocalyptic future.
I'm never right.
No, you're right. You're not. No, you are. You are right at times. No, it's.
No. I'm half left.
I am just left.
But I'm on the left.
No, but I'm just left. I'm the left of the screen that we're looking at.
But I'm on the left in real life.
I'm also a left-hander in real life, so I'm just left.
He's left, I'm right.
Boom.
Cool.
Thank you, Perry Perry, for
I'm
helping me out there.
I'm agreeing on it.
Not agree. Get wrecked. Oh, dear, Will. So near, yet so far.
ATOG.
Zedatog.
I really wanted to just do an announcement and like get some hands up and see who get a vote.
Take the camera, turn around and go, just for the people in the room, how many of you would say ATOG and how many would say ATOG?
Exactly. Hands up for ATOG.
If you all in favour say ATOG and all in denial say ATOG. It'd be better, it'd be much easier.
It would be hilarious.
It would be quite funny, but that does mean we ended 2 matches on camera in pretty quick succession. No mid-range nonsense grind Tron mirrors that I would have loved to have cast for round number 1 and ruined Will's day.
No, I'm glad we cooked off with the high note. If we go into Tron now, I won't be sad. Unless it's a Tron mirror. But how you guys would say...
ATOG. ATOG.
Okay, yeah, this is weird, because I say ATOG, but I say ATOG if it's...
ATOG would be pretty rough to say.
Because I believe...
So you're a hypocrite is what you're saying?
No.
The answer would be yes to that one.
It's ATOG.
That the big boss of the ATOG tribe. Yes, this man definitely boss man of ATOG tribe. Cannot be proven to be wrong, loves his artifacts. No, you don't like Affinity, do you, at all?
I love Affinity. I love the deck.
There you go.
In Pauper, I love the deck.
What about the modern version or legacy version?
I like the legacy version. I don't like the modern version.
Why do you not like the modern version?
The modern version's too linear for me.
Is legacy just the same?
No, like which legacy Affinity deck are you referring to?
Affinity.
You mean with Disciple of the Vaults and the artifact lands and having the ability to do multiple combos and react to what your opponent's doing because of that?
Yeah, but you still play
rather than go face.
But ironically enough, that's how you win most modern games, is when you go to their face. Especially now.
No, he's correct is what you're saying.
It hurts.
Who's correct? I'm correct.
I'm correct.
I'm correct.
No, I'm correct.
I'm correct. You're John, I'm correct.
So? I'm John, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, correct. It's lovely to meet you.
Change the name to Correct Leech.
Weirdo. Do what you want.
No, I'm not
one
touching
of those
it.
things. But obviously, going back to the Affinity deck, obviously when we're talking about Pauper Affinity, we are much more talking sort of about a more all-in combo deck. It's in game 1, where you're trying to make loads. You're trying to make your Carapace Forges, which obviously is a 4/4, generally because you'll have Metalcraft and it even gets +2/+2 as a 2/2. So what you can also look at as well is obviously with the ATOG. With that wonderful 1 and a red 1/2, you can sacrifice it and it gets +2/+2 when you sacrifice an artifact, right? +2/+2 or +1/+1?
ATOG?
Yeah.
2, I think.
+2/+2. But what that does mean is that you can very easily make a multitude of artifacts and then blow your opponent's face off with one big attack. You generally see that happen more than with the nickel and diamond, because the way combat in Pauper works, the creatures block really well. But you take a look at what a lot of the decks are playing, and they do block really well, like Mnemonic Wall, for example. You can look at a lot of the mono black decks where they have a lot of, say, either Death Search or they have a lot of relevant rules text on their cards, or they generally like a 3/3 in Pauper is pretty big.
Yeah.
A 4/4 is obviously massive, which is why Mirror Enforcer is really good in Pauper, and so is the Carapace Forger, because they are 4/4s generally. Whereas when you're looking at other parts of it, a 2/2 matches up pretty well against the field.
Yeah, and I think that's partly just due to everything else is having really high power, but as a sacrifice for that, it makes really low toughness.
Yeah.
Like Delver of Secrets.
And I think if we say look at Nim Rover Horror, it's a 4/4. Now in a lot of formats, a 4/4 is pretty small, but in Pauper, a 4/4 is pretty large.
Fourth was huge.
Yeah.
I would say John wins since he says Atogen and the What?
Oh, it says I'm right. That's all you need to read from that one.
No.
It says I win.
No.
That's all you need to read. Perry Perry is right. Perry Perry's always right.
No.
Chat is always right, remember? So it's I win.
Is this how immature we are now, where you're doing this on stream?
Yeah, finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on his forehead. Because I won, so it means you lose. Or you could do the lol one as well.
The what? Oh my god.
It's a Monday night. How else are we meant to enjoy ourselves?
This is great.
There are a couple of matches still going by the looks of it. A couple of probably more mid-range. Funnily enough, Tron decks. Because I can see one Tron matchup still going on. Probably another Tron matchup just here. And likely another Tron matchup over there as well.
This isn't Tron. This is... I know Jonathan's on blue-black control.
That also might be why it's gone quite long. Because blue-black does take a while to win. I found my new blue-black deck that I want to build.
It's also his first time he's playing Pauper.
I also found a blue-black deck that I want to play.
Which is?
It's got Mole Drifter. It's got Gush. It's got Din Rover Horror.
Okay, so can you send me this list because this sounds great?
I'm actually going to find it again because it was great. Saw it online. Also was looking at Din Rover Tron just to make you really sad because you can grossly look at your Din Rover Horrors.
Okay, he just
and your Mnemonic
included
Wall.
the word Tron, so that deck's now garbage.
I'm going to get you with it. I'm actually going to see if I can find it because I saw it looked amazing. It looked mint.
Is it bad that I own Tron lands?
I own Tron lands.
Why do I own Tron lands? I hate Tron.
Because Tron's a good deck.
Of course you can, as long as it doesn't have Tron lands in it.
What's that? Can I share a deck this week? Of course you can, including Tron lands. You can literally share whatever deck you want with us.
Partridge.
Let's go. Quickly change my name. We just quickly find the buttons here to type in Tron.
Hi, Tron Partridge, I'm correct.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Tron Partridge. I'm trying to find it. It looked really sweet.
That's how we should start next stream.
Yeah, just change the name. Oh wow, there's a oh wow, Muddle Mixture, Brainstorm, and Moments piece. That deck looks cool. I'll build that one. It's blue-green. I don't know what it does, but it's blue and green.
What else does it
Brainstorm, Fog, Thought Scour, Arcade. I didn't even know how that one wins. Oh, Jace's Erasure. Mill your opponent out.
I want this deck.
Yep. We found a way of non-interactive win conditions in Pauper, which means not with your face. We've succeeded. Blue-green Fog.
So I believe someone's playing mono-black control today with no creatures.
That's also a thing, apparently.
Star is my Turbo Angler deck for Pauper.
Nice. I like Turbo Angler.
Darn Link can be... Oh, yeah. They shut off Link permissions.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fair enough. I found a Pauper deck here with 4 Gurmag Anglers as its creatures. 4 Mental Note, 4 Thought Scour. Oh, sorry. 3 Mental Note, 4 Thought Scour.
Vendetta.
I have no idea. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. You lose life equal to its toughness. For a mana. It's pretty good in Pauper, probably because it deals you 2 generally.
I can see Death Shadow playing that.
Yep. Deep Analysis. Target player draws 2 cards with flashback and pay 3 life.
4 Lotus Petal, 4 Gurmag Angler, 2 Sneak Within 3.
Eldrazi Devastator. What does that do? Oh, Ulamog's Crusher. Nice.
I like this.
Turbo Fog is becoming so big at Dark, so Flaring Pain might... Yes. Apparently Flaring Pain is also incredibly difficult to come by, is what I found. Apparently some gentlemen looked far and wide, both online and in the store, cannot find any copies of Flaring Pain. You know what? I'm going to have to do this.
Do what? Dim Rover Horror. Are you going to order some?
No, I've already got them.
Oh, you're Googling.
Well, I can't find it on the normal site, so I'm going to go look for it here, because I found it before. What's up now? You'll have to explain it another time.
I mean, this was like...
Yeah, here we go. 3 Mole Drifter, 4 Bowler of... Oh, no, this hasn't got Dim Rover Horror in it. What?
You specifically searched for Dim Rover Horror.
Yeah, and it came up without them. Why does it fail?
Because you're a fail.
It's a bit harsh.
It can go off turn 1 and turn 2 with
Wow. You may need to copy that one. Faithless Looting. Oh yeah, Faithless Looting Exhume.
Oh. I don't like that.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the deck. So it's 4 Seagate Oracle. Oh, it's a Tron deck. You'll love this one. 4 Dim Rover Horror, 2 Mnemonic Wall, 4 Muldrifter, 4 Seagate Oracle, 4 Chainer's Edict, 2 Condescender, Dispel and Exclude. Ghostly Flicker, Preordain, Reaping the Graves, Expedition Map, Prophetic Prism. This looks like right up my street. It carries 4 Dim Rover Horrors.
I might play this as well.
Even though it's got Tron lands.
Even though it's got Tron lands.
We may have converted him. He may have been converted. Oh no, here's the one I was looking. Oh no, this is that's got creatures in it. That's got creatures. No, I don't want that one. It's blue-black control solely with. Oh, hello.
Mono
blue,
white,
black,
mono red, and mono black are all about.
Spirit Renaissance too. Wow. Oh, you'll love this one. Oh, here we go. This is a good deck for you. This is the mill deck that exhumes its Dim Rover Horror. Oh, Reaping the Graves has got Storm. So its creature bases, Archaeomancer, Muldrifter, and Dim Rover Horror.
Okay.
And it boards into like a Delver deck.
I need to tell you what I've built.
No, please don't. What have you built?
From last week, you mentioned a deck.
Oh dear. What did I mention?
It has a Delver of Secrets in it. It has
What are you doing to yourself?
Ninja of the Deep Hours.
No.
And it has Phantasmal Bear in it.
Oh yes, Ninja Bear Delver.
I've built it in Pauper.
How good was it?
I've yet to play it. I've built it online and I've built it in paper.
That was time just been called on the round. Players are just into turns now. 5 additional turns for the games that are going on. Sorry, you built Ninja Bear Delver?
Yeah.
This deck looks so fun. Is it just mono blue?
Yes.
Okay. No red?
No.
Okay, cool. Get him with the bear. It's a 1-mana 2/2.
It's great.
Pretty good. Like, ironically enough, a 1-mana 2/2 is pretty good. Especially in the format where things like elves are a thing and you can get your ninja into play very quickly.
Yeah, like playing Ninja on turn 1, attacking with it, making...
Phantasmal Bear, you mean?
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, Ninja Bear Delver. Ninja of the Deep Hours, Phantasmal Bear, and Delver of Secrets, Ninja Bear Delver.
I had to put in Spellstarter Sprite. I love that
card.
Sure,
no, that's fine. That's also a fairly good card. Count as a 1-drop.
And then the rest of the deck is cantrips and
Card draw,
removal.
snaps.
Yeah.
Gush.
Yeah.
Because YOLO,
so
right?
It's pretty much the mono blue Delver deck, but with that engine instead of having Spire Golems and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I'm just going to build a deck with Dim Rover Horror now.
You would not play Tron?
I think Tron's a very interesting, actually, it's a really interesting one because... So we've seen over the course of doing coverage here at Darksphere for Pauper, I've seen Tron have 2 very different matches. One, it got absolutely obliterated by its opponent, and the next one I saw it bury its opponent. The Tron deck buried its opponent.
Yeah, and I've seen games that have been very close as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tron Mirror was not close.
No.
Wasn't close.
It never is.
It was 3 games. Whoever found Tron first won.
That or Capsize. Like, we did see someone not... Like, we did have seen someone...
He hit Tron first, but didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, so his opponent then made Tron and was like, I have stuff to do, you don't.
Yeah, and you got to capsize people. That was quite painful to watch. Especially with a Ghostly Flicker in hand as well and 2 Mnemonic Walls. That game ended quite quickly at that point. It was pretty rough.
It did.
Was pretty rough. But what we're going to do, we are going to take a very, very brisk break. Danny is looking like he's going to come and put the results into the computer, which does mean we need to vacate our wonderful chairs. However, we will be back very, very shortly with some more Pauper action here from Darksphere in London. Hopefully you will join us for round number 2. John Partridge, William Leach. We will catch you very shortly.
Sure you don't mean Tron Partridge?
And I'm correct. As promised, ladies and gentlemen, a fortunately shortish break here. We had to wait for a Tron deck and a blue-black control deck to finish their matches. Funnily enough, the blue-black decks were both against Tortured Existence. Grindfest. Take a long time. I would imagine Tortured Existence eventually, but it's going to take a long time to win. However, do you know how you can win that match? You cast in Rover Horror, and you make them discard the Tortured Existence.
Do you know another way you can win that matchup?
No, not really. That seems like the best way to win for me.
You play the curse and then you just mill them out.
That's true, although you do get to mill them. Oh yeah, that's true. That is not a bad option. However, we're going to go down to the feature match area. Neither of those decks are in this one. We have a Tron versus Black-White Lifegain. We're going to see, I believe, Kristen on Black-White Lifegain. He's already on a mulligan to 5. Carl looked like he kept to 7. He had a removal spell in hand but no red mana, so we shall see how the players go. We're going to send it down, give the players a thumbs up, and we are on to round number 2 here. So let's see a swamp into A. Here's the challenge for you.
What? I love that.
Going to see an Urza's Tower to start and a pass back of the turn. We're going to see an attack first. However, what we are going to do is have a little bit of a look here. We're going to type in some options. We are going to go on.
I know what it does.
What does it do then?
Whenever you cast a white or a black spell, you gain life. It's got the thing attached to it.
However, we already see 2 Tron lands in play. Seems pretty scary.
Is that a Beacon Apparition in hand?
Oh, good lord. Nope, that's not the one I'm looking for. I think we actually do need to change it slightly, because I believe you were in fact wrong.
What do you mean?
We do have an island, though, so we have the Seagate Oracle here. And we're going to pat up 2 mana, and we're going to cast... I'm just going to test you now on all of these.
I do not.
No clues here. So...
No, there's no Thraben Inspector out.
So the 1-drop is the Nip Gwynlian.
Okay.
And the other one is a Night Sky Mimic. So Night Sky Mimic, if you're interested, is a 1 colourless mana and then a hybrid white or black. So it's 2 mana, 2/1. However, when you play a spell that's both white and black, Night Sky Mimic becomes a 4/4 with flying until end of turn. We're going to see an impulse here from Carl, trying to find that last Tron piece. Looks like he has found a mine. Looks like he's looking at the Moment's piece instead. A lot of damage might start coming across here from Kristen if not too careful. Looks like we have a Tower of Power. We're going to play a Swiftwater Cliffs. And we're going to pass the turn back.
Tron player didn't hit Tron. That makes me happy.
Well, he might have it in hand, you never know. Obviously, Nip Gwilyn is a 1 mana 1/1 with lifelink, but it looks like Kristen is unfortunately struggling at 4 lands here. But we're going to see, Beacon Apparition, which means that...
The first card that I owned in a different language. It was a present. It was a Korean foil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you wanna type it in?
Sure. It exiles a creature card from a graveyard.
It does mean an attack for 4 here from Kristen, though.
I think.
And also making a flyer is quite relevant. We're going to see a Flame Slash dealing with the Night Sky Mimic very quickly. Don't want that card to get any going. And we see that we have another one in hand. Looks like we have a mine.
Right.
I've got apparition. So there's no. I don't think there's an A. No, I. That's fine. I'll type it in. It's fine. MTG Beacon Apparition. Apparition.
That's so what I had.
Okay, so we've achieved Tron. So we're now Mystical Teaching.
There we go. Exile target card from a graveyard and get a spirit.
Yep, and it also does allow... we're going to see Capsize here from Kristen. And we're going to... It's a pretty good card to find right now against the token.
From Carl.
Yeah, it's pretty good for Carl, that one. And he also has another Tower of Power in hand. That was all done in the end step there. Tron now fully online with 2 Towers of Power still in hand.
I'd be quite aggressive here with that Capsize and just make sure Kristen can never hit that 3rd land. Because...
What, start bouncing them at the swamps?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? She's not attacking with a 1/1. There's definitely an interest there in getting rid of the lands, allowing Kristen to struggle to go. But we're going to see Capsize here. Maybe you get rid of the token first, with buyback, of course. And we're going to bounce the swamp. Yeah, we're going after the mana. We're going after the mana, and we're going to untap again and draw. Maybe you attack with the Seagate Oracle for 1. And we're going to see a Prophetic Prism here from Carl, which now means he can Capsize theoretically twice in a turn, which gets to a certain point. We're going to see Mnemonic Wall, a great draw there for Carl. Another Tower of Power.
That's it. Twice a turn now.
Yep, the Tower of Power is here. That means 2 of them, which does mean 6 mana being generated just from those cards. What I want you to do is, could you type in Capsize for me?
The 1 and 2 blue, bounce something with buyback for 3.
Yep. So we're going to see the Capsize with buyback. And it's 1 blue, and we're going to make a Mnemonic Wall with the remaining mana, getting back Mystical Teachings. And Kristen really on the back foot now. Her Lifegain deck not able to produce enough lands to cast the spells required, as we see the Swamp back into play. And unfortunately, not really too much else to do. Obviously, a lot of options in the sideboard available as well.
Hey, look, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
No, it's not a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Get it?
It's not a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's a Magic card.
Because it's hieroglyphics.
Oh, what did I do? What did I do today to deserve this? I must have done something wrong at work today to deserve some of these.
Or you just did something wrong in a previous life.
Or a previous life. That is also a very fine option. You're going to see Mnemonic Wall. Seems pretty good. I mean, Kristen has no lands to play. Which also seems pretty rough. We're going to see the Swamp again.
This is something interesting that I forgot to mention. This is the last day for the Pauper League.
Yes, it is. And
so
it's a 2-horse race at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of people have been thinking
Battling
I need
away.
to win at least this amount in order to get to this place. And it's quite interesting to hear it.
And the most important thing for any of you watching at home that would like to join us, say, for example, next Monday.
Win a box.
Oh, you don't do it like that. You meant to build it up. Oh.
I just wanted to steal your thunder. Did I do it?
That's like taking my thunder, putting it on the floor, getting in your truck, running it over, then getting a bulldozer, running it over again, and then blowing it up with a tank round. That's pretty much what you did to my thunder there. You
and while this has been
obliterated it.
Carl has been steamrolling this game.
Yeah, Carl may have just won this game already with an attack for 1. Back in Apparition, going to get rid of the Mystical Teachings, which could be flashback, which seems fine.
Yeah, it forces Carl to use it then.
Yeah, it does. It means that he can't now bounce it with the Mnemonic Wall right now. But yeah, so going back to it before he was most rudely interrupted me. Next Monday, obviously, because we're at the end of the Pauper League, next Monday marks a very interesting turn of events, which is the joys of our Pauper Winner Box. Monday night, next week, Pauper Winner Box. And after that, then the league begins anew. So it's a 2-horse race at the moment. We're not going to reveal the names right now. I know one of them, I don't know the other one. I'll have to go and make the standings, which are currently up in the room at the moment, looking at what the options are for it. However, I think the reason we're talking about these things is I'm pretty sure this game is over.
Yeah, I think we both agree pretty heavily that
Like
Carl has won this.
Just having Capsize to just bounce whatever Kristen plays. I don't think he's ever going to really die. Kristen obviously missing her white mana for too long in the game was unfortunately one of the things. We're going to see the Ghostly Flicker with the Prophetic Prism, able to draw a card and keep the Ghostly Flicker as we see our Lightning Axe. Excuse me, a Lightning Axe there for... He's actually going to... He could just use it. That's the funny thing. He could actually just use it. And the Plains has been found. Hey... You see an attack for 1 here from Kristen.
If you can't use it, would you just play the Swamp?
I think we just Ghostly Flickering again. I think you might target the Seagate Oracle this time. So we're going to trigger Seagate Oracle. It does untap. So we're going to take what looks like the Evolving Wilds here. And we're going to untap here from Carl. Plenty of lands in play compared to his opponent's Plains. Does feel pretty good if you are in the Tron player's seat. We're going to see the Capsize pick up the Plains. You are not allowed to play with any lands. We're going to see another copy of Prophetic Prism enter the battlefield here. Draw a card. Finds a Swiftwater Cliff. Gonna make a land, gain a life, go to 14.
So if you're Kristen, at which point do you think, okay, I should just scoop?
About 5 turns ago.
Sure.
Like when you started bouncing all your lands away.
Yeah.
The problem is because he now has capsize. That's going to be the challenge.
Yeah. Like he can go for 2 things a turn, and that's the problem. You can't cast more than what he's able to stop.
He also looks like he has an essence scatter in hand as well.
But you know what I do appreciate?
The Forbidden Alchemy.
Look at what he's doing. Waving the cards, appreciating all them foils. So shiny.
You're a horrible person, you know that, right?
So shiny.
You realise you're a really horrible person.
You've seen Moana, right?
I have seen your rhinos. I've also seen most of your deck.
Have you seen Moana?
No.
So shiny.
Very nice draw there from Kristen. Able to find...
Have you seen my new Goyfs?
No, I haven't seen your new Goyfs. Are they foil?
Yes.
Yeah, I funnily enough haven't seen them. Making a copy of Edge of Divinity. I'm going to get bounced. Deciding I'm just going to capsize everything this game.
Hard day.
Yeah, hard day. Terrible day.
I'm sorry.
It's a hard day because I've got to commentate. I've got to come and commentate with you.
You're the one who messaged me.
I know.
You can get
like
anyone
I say,
else.
I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel because no one else was around.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on. You walked into that one. You 100% walked into that one. Oh, that didn't go very well.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
It's fine. You can thank me later. Let's just pull that out of the way and we'll sort that.
Why would you do that?
I didn't do anything. What do you want about? So we're going to see an attack here for 1, but the Seagate Oracle, Kristen able to play her planes, but Lightning Bolt there for Carl. Probably going to close this game up pretty soon, as we're now going to start capsizing everything each turn.
Odd I win,
Tails you lose. I don't think you can do that with a 6-sided dice.
Odd I win, even you lose. There we go. I win.
But you couldn't lose. It was a rigged event, and I didn't agree to it. So it's null and void.
Okay, sure.
I am. I am very sure.
No, you're John.
No, I'm very sure.
Hi, very sure.
Hi.
I'm Will.
No, I'm correct, remember.
Oh, you're correct now.
No, you're correct. That's what you said. Your name is I'm correct.
Sure.
Very sure. To see Mole Drifter as well here for Carl. Plenty of cards available in hand and plenty of land being tapped. Trying to find the weak condition. Excuse me. And we're going to finally see the Rolling Thunder.
There we go. Same old foils. I like the older ones more because the star on it.
And an attack for 1 as well. So that would have been 1 for 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
They removed the star from every foil now, so that way it's only going to...
Discarding
promos.
Moment's Peace.
You don't care. You can discard anything. You could even
Which
discard...
stars did they used to have? What was the star they used to have?
You know the comet going over the card that old foils used to have that. So if you look at any promo now, it will have that star going over it.
Bolt your face.
You know, in the text box, having the star going over there.
Oh yeah. Really old foils.
Yeah, so really old foils used to have those, and now they only use that star for promos.
Yeah, that's true. DC, like F&M promos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to see that being the end of game number 1. Excuse me. Sideboard time here for Carl. Looks like he's got some electricaries. Looks like he's already brought in the Diabolic Edict. Only 3 cards at the moment. Oh, 4 cards. A couple of electricaries, Diabolic Edicts. Try and take out some of the less impactful cards. Yes, it is 5 colours. It is Tron. You should know this. You know what the Tron deck plays. Because you hate it so much.
How does that make sense?
Because you have to commentate on it.
Okay, that's completely fair. I still don't know what that white card was, though. I think it was the Circle of Protection, but...
I'd be interested to know what Circle of Protection he'd be playing. It would certainly be an interesting choice to play. If he decided to play sort of a Circle of Protection in white or black. It'd be a pretty good meta call.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, here, I go for black. There's a lot of black control players and black.
Yeah, that's the thing as well.
Nope, there's no white cards there.
Nope. It does protect you very well, though, as you say, against some of the black cards that are being played, especially the decks like mono black. Probably can't beat that card if it doesn't duress it out the hand. Looks like some Hydroblasts, Pyroblasts, and other things as well. Having a quick double check of what he's happy with. I like the Diabolic Edict coming in. That seems like the best one to bring in. Just going to see a quick sideboard up here. Kristen happy. It looks like Kristen is happy with her options.
What would Kristen bring in?
Let's have a look. What are the options?
Unfortunately, Fulminator Mage is not an option.
No, so obviously we're looking at things like Holy Light, Dust to Dust. Dust to Dust seems alright. Exile 2 target artifacts. Might be an option.
Peri Peri. I honestly thought that was going to be Rashad and Port.
What was that?
My favourite playset foil I have is a Rashad and Cut Purse.
Okay, here's a good one. Choking Sands. Destroy target non-swamp land. If a land was non-basic, it deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Seems pretty good if she has access to that at the moment. Things like Circle of Protection, Red Knight not be irrelevant. And Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog seems good.
I like Bajuka Bog.
Yeah, Bajuka Bog seems very good.
I never understand that. If you're going to play that card, just play it main, right? At least you have your mana.
Yeah, it's true. Or sometimes playing a tap land can hurt you. Nope. Looks like Kristen has some lands and spells ready at her disposal. Carl looks like he might be happy with his already. He's just waiting on Kristen to decide before we are on to game number 2. Oh, can't get the mouse to work anymore. Carl Naylor up 1 game to the good. And we're going to see a Scout Barons here to start for Kristen, up to 21. Pass back of the turn. Swiftwater Cliffs, the card to mirror that one from Carl. 21 a piece. Untap from Kristen, turn number 2. Looks like we've got a Beck and Apparition here at the ready. And we're going to see a Plains, and we're going to see a copy of Morning Thrall. So Morning Thrall is the 1/1 flyer with Extort.
I love the Extort mechanic.
Yeah, it's a really good mechanic, and it also has effective lifelink. However, it's slightly different to lifelink. This version has whenever Morning Thrall deals damage, you gain that much life. So theoretically, if you gave it, say, say double strike, you would gain double the life.
And because it's not lifelink,
it also stacks with other abilities.
Can I just...
Thrall is T-H-R-U. Morning Thrall. And it's also morning as in morning. M-O-U-R. So we're going to see a...
Oh, as in you mourn... Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really clever, that is. So we're going to cast Beckon Apparition in response to the Electrickery. We're going to double-check that that actually works. We are going to call over our resident judge.
Don't you need a card for that?
I'm not sure. The question is, can you cast it?
No.
Without an ability? Without anything to target?
No.
Okay, well, we'll find out very shortly what the judge agrees.
No.
Okay. The judge can have a quick look.
Part of casting a spell is choosing a legal target for it.
Okay.
You do that before you even pay mana for the spell.
Yeah. That, no, doesn't work. So we're going to see both hit the battlefield, and that land is untapped. And we can now Beckon Apparition, if we so wish to, pull some Morass of the draw here for Carl. Looks like he's got a Unknown Shores. I wouldn't mind, say, making the Muldrift, but he's going to decide not to. He's got plenty of cards already in hand. We're going to untap and draw here for Kristen.
It's so shiny.
Going to see another Scarred Barons here for Kristen. Up to 23, Carl at 21 at the moment. Looks like we have a Gift of All Zova here. And a pass back of the turn, nothing to be done here. We're going to see a Power Plant off the top here, and untap, and 5 lands available. 4 lands available for Kristen, and maybe land number 5 to follow. 5 lands in play for the black-white deck. See if there is anything to play this turn. We're going to go with a Castigate. Very nice little card there. So, try and spell this one.
It's already in there.
And this is obviously one of the really nice things that fuels this Night Sky Mimic, because it is another colourless card, so it's another one you can see. So we're going to see in the hand, target opponent reveals his or her hand, choose a non-land card from it, or remove that card from the game. Black and white, we're going to see
so it's
triple Muldrifter.
It's a Thoughtseize.
We see triple Muldrifter. And a copy of Essence Scatter, Condescend, and Pulse of Marassa. At least Kristen knows what she's playing around now. We're going to see a pass back at the turn, which means a pretty rough hand here for Kristen. That Electricity really ripping the wind out of her sails this game. I think we're going to see an evoking of the Muldrifter here. And we're going to see a draw of 2, especially with that copy of Pulse of Marassa. And we're going to see Tron enabled here. What a nice draw there for Carl. The Tron deck firing on all cylinders. Tithe Drinker off the top here.
It's quite interesting that he tapped the Unknown Shores instead of the...
Yep, agreed. Interesting choice there. Carl, at least Kristen knows that the is down. We're going to see an Extort here for Kristen as she casts a Beckoning Apparition, getting rid of the Muldrifter. A nice little play there, trying to get some advantage going. Try and stop Carl with the train of Muldrifters. That is terrifying. Your opponent has 3 Muldrifters in hand. And now we're going to see the first one being hard cast. Draw 1 and draw 2, Island and Lightning Bolt. I like the Lightning Bolt a lot.
I like it because it's the Fire and Ice one. And that's not because it's foil. I actually really like the fact that it's not got flavor text. I feel like it just looks clean.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've got the full art one, so I don't need...
I've just got like M10 Lightning Bolt. The problem is that it's not whiteboarded. So what the problem with all these lands are is some of them are whiteboarded. We're going to journey to nowhere the Muldrifter. Hey, we could be seeing Condescend for a substantial amount.
Yeah, it's quite condescending.
It is more than her mana available in hand. We're going to see Condescend to deal with the Journey to Nowhere. Yep, that one happens. Journey to Nowhere goes to the graveyard. Kristen with 1 card left in hand, and Carl with another Muldrifter still to go and a huge pile of cards in hand. Definitely feels like a pretty good position to be in. Looks like Kristen's going to fire off this copy of Gift of Olzova. That's a nice one to have. Gives +1/+1 and lifelink. Unfortunately, it's only 2 power, 2 toughness.
It gives it more than just
+1/+1. +1/+1 flying and lifelink for 1 hybrid blue black, a black-white hybrid black-white. We're going to see another Muldrifter here from Carl. Draw 1, draw 2, draw Effect Prism, and another Tron piece. See the mine into play here.
So much value.
I must say, this deck feels so obnoxious when it gets going.
Yeah.
Carl definitely very proficient at this deck. Very comfortable playing at the moment. So we're going to see probably the Lightning Bolt dealing with the Tithe Drinker, which will probably signal that this game may be over for Kristen. Black-White is a very powerful mid-range deck, but when you're facing off against Tron and you're a mid-range deck, you better be packing the right cards. You better be packing some good old land destruction, otherwise it's going to be a pretty hard match for you.
Yeah, that's why I play 3 Fulminator Mage in Modern.
Yeah, but we're on about Pauper, not on about Modern.
Okay, then play counter spells.
You monster.
You can play counter spells in your mono blue deck.
You can play counter spells in your mono blue deck.
And it still might not be enough because this is actually...
This tells you how far ahead Carl is when he looks at Tower of Power and Prophetic Prism and takes the Prophetic Prism.
Wow.
Feels pretty far ahead, if I am truly honest. It's 3 mana. We're going to see an unmake here on the copy of Seagate Oracle. Interesting choice. Let's see another Seagate Oracle to draw here. We're going to attack for 4. Kristen down to 19. Carl turning on the afterburners now, trying to get this game over and done with and take it to 2-0. Seagate Oracle into play here. Nice foil one there. Carl definitely taking the opportunity to pimp out his deck, which seems pretty nice when you have the opportunity in Pauper to do. Going to see another mine. Oh no, we're going to see Prophetic Prism first. Draw of a card. We see a Swift Water Cliffs. And we might just see the power plant being played.
I'd pimp out one of my Pauper decks, but a lot of them I share cards between Legacy, and I don't foil that out because there are cards you get that you can't foil.
Okay.
So I don't want to have the mix and get someone calling Judge. My whole deck's foil except for my dual lands, which are my only searchable lands, like that type of interaction.
So it looks like we have found a flag bearer here for Carl. Not sure which one it is, so what I'm going to do is quickly disappear and go and find out which version that is.
Sure, so this is the usual game of chat versus Tron Partridge. Who can find out what this card is first? You see a Castigate once again, and it's quite a disgusting hand that you see. Like that Pulse of Mercer is just staring at you in the face. Just attacks for 1 in the air. That lonely 1. Do you wish you had that land as foil? Oh, that is a beautiful land to have in a foil.
It's an honor guard. It's a flag bearer. It's a pretty big body as well. It's 2/4 on the ground. So we see the attack here again from. What? Oh, I'm not telling you which one it is. It's not that interesting. We haven't seen the capsize take over the game. We're going to see a 1-mana 1/1 being played here, and Carl definitely has locked this game up now. Let's see a large attack here for
a lot.
7. 3/2 power creatures and a 1/3. Draw for Kristen. What do you find? And we're going to find a swamp. Kristen's deck, unfortunately, not helping her out here. Definitely a few number of lands. We're going to see a lightning bolt dealing with that, and it's going to be lethal damage. And that does mean that Carl Naylor will take down Kristen Steinbruch and her Black-White Extort Lifegain deck 2-0. Pretty quick, pretty rough. Shows the power of Tron. And to be fair, game 1 was probably the typical Tron. Mnemonic Wall, Ghostly Flicker, combo everything, you died.
Yeah.
What do you...
I picked up the dice that you dropped, and then...
Let's just put it down so you actually stop dropping things. Very unprofessional of you to drop things on camera. But I mean, game 2 was probably a little bit more fair from the Tron deck. Like, it drew a bucket load of cards. Like, that deck drew a lot of cards that game. And that's one of the benefits of it. You're playing 4 Muldrifter, you're playing 4 Mnemonic Wall, you're playing 4 Seagate Oracle, you're playing 12 really good cards. That doesn't mean that you are able to put yourself in a position where you'll always be able to get something else off of them, especially when it's Muldrifter and you're able to draw 2 cards. One that replaces itself, and one that then does another card on top of that. Mnemonic Wall, obviously, just good value in a deck that runs as many spells as the Tron deck does.
Value, and it's beautiful.
It is, and you hate Tron.
No, I like Pauper Tron for everything that isn't the Tron deck.
Here we go. Because last week you said you hated Tron in all forms.
I hate Pauper Tron for the fact that it's a Tron deck.
Oh, you can't do that.
If it was just like 5-color deck without the Tron, and
how would it work then? You probably couldn't make it work. You realise?
You wouldn't. No.
Probably not able to make that sort of deck work, especially with a mana base as monstrous as that would be. Trying to play 5 colours. 20 minutes left on the round, so another very quick match there. We might try and get Danny to see if he wants to find another match. Just give me a second. Danny! Danny!
You can hear that?
Oh. He can't hear me. I'm going to go find him.
I can hear him. It is a very monstrous deck, but it is quite fun seeing it go off and do its thing. Accumulate so much value. But at the same time, what can you do to stop it? You just have to be really aggressive. How do you stop it when it's got the steam rolling? And it gets there so consistently because all of your other cards have this value attached to them. You can dig for the cards that you need in order to continue with all these combos that you're assembling.
Me? What combos? What, Tron combos?
Yeah. Yeah.
Synergy, not combo.
Sure.
The combo is burying your opponent so much that they just give up.
Yeah.
Give up on life, give up on magic, give up on the game. If you ever want to make someone stop wanting to play Magic, just play Tron against them.
I like that shirt.
Will you stop focusing on some poor person's shirt, even if it is a Jeremy Corbyn shirt?
Jeremy Corbyn. That's great.
It is an interesting T-shirt to be wearing, to be fair. Very interesting one to be wearing.
I mean, it's better than Winter is Here.
What's the reference?
It literally says it on my shirt.
Sure, okay. Game of Thrones.
Literally says Game of Thrones.
12, mono black versus Affinity.
Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to work out the players for the match we're going to put on camera. So we have table 12, we have... Oh, no, it can't be that one. What? I think it's the wrong table. I think he's given the wrong table. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and quickly find the players, and I will double check who is on camera. You can keep talking, explain to them what Mono Black and Affinity does.
Sure. It can't be, because table 12 is Kai Williams, who we had last time, versus... Yeah, no. It's definitely not table 12. bring this up. I like discussing the chat. It's just,
Sorry, it's Tommy's match.
this
So,
one,
yeah,
table 11. Oh. So, how? Oh my.
What?
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 Oh, and it's
Do
like.
you not hear anything anymore? Do you hear yourself still?
Yeah.
That's all right. Okay, no worries. Just had to go sort out. So, yeah. So, we have Tommy. Should come up. There we go. It's all in the system. We'll swap him around in a minute, and he is against Alexander. Fun enough. Also,
On the
in the
system.
system, players are 1 and 1. We have Mono Black versus Affinity, so we're going to send it straight down to the feature match area for Game 3, second match, round 2, Darksphere London, Monday Night Pauper. Players are going to get the thumbs up, and we'll soon be off to the races. Danny?
Yeah.
Danny? It's always the challenge when you have a judge who's actually more interested in looking at cards in folders with someone than focusing on getting people started. But
I mean,
Alexander on your left is on Affinity, and Tommy on your right is on Mono Black. Control, much more the Grey Merchant of Asphodel version, Thorn on the Black Rose, etc.
The fun
Definitely
deck.
much more of the mid-range control version rather than full-on control with less creatures. Maybe the good against Affinity decks. We're going to see a mulligan here from Alexander. So we're going to draw for the turn, and we're going to make a swamp and pass the turn back. Maybe we see a turn to Frogmite if that is the card in hand. Looks like we're going to start with a Sphere and then a Frogmite. And another Frogmite, because we now have 4 artifacts in play. Seems pretty good getting 2 2/2s into play on turn number 1. We're going to see a swamp here. Maybe a removal spell from Tommy would be a nice place to start his turn 2. No, he's just going to pass the turn back.
You could just. Oh.
We're going to see a
So
Great
missed the
Furnace here.
land drop.
No, he plays a swamp. Now it's turn 3. He was on the draw.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So we're going to see a cracking of the Chromatic Sphere and an attack for 4 here from Alexander. Tommy down to 16. Obviously, the benefit of playing with your Mono Black deck is you have things like Grey Merchant of Asphodel, which gets a huge amount of life back. So are we going to see anything in the end step by Tommy? Took 4 damage. Obviously, maybe holding it up to see if he could get anything, snag a more powerful card. Looks like he's now going to go ahead and
Victim of Night.
Victim of Night, the
Destroy target.
non-zombie,
non-werewolf,
non-werewolf,
non-zerber.
non-vampire.
That one.
Black. We're going to see a Chittering Rats here from Tommy. Going to try and lock Alexander out. He's going to see a Trio of Tails to draw for the turn. Funnily enough, the card that got put back into play. We're going to see an attack for 2. Oh, you just insta-block, don't you? If you're Tommy?
Yeah, and that's why
No,
Alex is
he's
not
going to pass
attacking.
back. It seems pretty good. Just passing back the turn. See what Tommy can find. Land number 4. It's pretty nice to have. We're going to see an attack for 2. Sending a message here.
What I'd love is if Tommy just has multiple Chittering Rats.
Oh, wow. Just
Alex
lock
only
him.
has lands.
Yep. Seed of the Synod off the top, which was put back there by the Chittering Rats. We're going to draw. Do we have another one here? Maybe a removal spell or a Grey Merchant of Asphodel would be pretty nice at the moment. Alexander at 18.
Is
4 mana. Corrupt.
okay.
Gain 4 life from Tommy. Back to 6. Back to 20.
Attack for 4.
Yep. Attack for 4 here. Alexander down to 14. Does get to see a new card this turn though. Seems pretty nice. And we're going to see a Bajuka Bog here from Tommy as his land drop number 5. Draw for the turn. Finds a Seed of the Synod. Nothing helpful coming yet for Alexander, but yeah, he's able to play something. We're going to see a Prophetic Prism with a nice redraw there. Looks like a Springleaf Drum. The draw for the turn. Nothing interesting happening yet. Pass back 5 mana being untapped. Tommy definitely at the, if we had an advantage bar, would be very much well over here.
Definitely.
Even probably past Tommy at this point. See an attack for 4 here. And the Chittering Rats down. Alexander down to 10. 6 mana. Delve. Oh, we've got the Gurmag Angler. We should definitely do bingo cards for the winner box.
How many times the Tron player gets beat? Would definitely be.
Yeah, I was more thinking one of mine would be Gurmag Angler cast for full mana.
One of mine would be Delver doesn't flip.
Is it for how long or just doesn't flip first time? Alexander going to scoop up his cards, not able to do anything. And the crit rot's coming down to finish
the
off.
first turn that it comes in, it
So no blind flip, doesn't blind. Oh no, you could have it as blind flip. I'll have mine as Delver blind flips.
and I'll have mine as
Doesn't flip. Yeah, so one of us gets to win. Yeah, the blind Delver flips are always going to be the best one. Back to commentary booth. That was a very quick one, actually. It actually seems that like what we had last week was really long matches, like
and
really long
in
matches.
2 matches.
And now we've had 2 matches twice in 2 rounds. Is pretty good, especially when even the second match has gone really quickly. It's good.
Yeah, it
I
means
like that.
we can see more games and see
Keeps
more
it going.
decks and variety.
Keeps pushing along is always what you want access to, especially when you get to see so many different decks. And that is another thing, we have seen different decks as well, which is one of the interesting things. Obviously, Affinity's been on twice now, but as a backup match, it's not too bad. And also, that was a pretty rubbish draw there for Alexander, not quite able to do anything really. Just lots of lands.
That was
nothing able to
mana,
pull up.
mana, and more mana.
Definitely was not worried about not casting his spells, was more concerned with not finding his spells. And it's one of the things that can happen in Magic. Magic has such an element of variance to it. That everyone knows the saying goes, if you want to play a game without variance, play chess.
Yeah.
Because Magic has, no matter how good you are, and it's the same for the pro players, you will play games where you draw no mana, or you'll have games where you draw all the mana and no spells. I mean,
we've
the pros
seen it
have
at the highest level of play. We've seen it in the Pro Tour top 8s happen. Of, oh, he flooded out. Oh, didn't find the X land that you need in order to actually play the game. Yeah, and one of the things as well to remember with the pros is they all have a 60% win rate for a reason, because variance is such a massive thing. You look at, say, professionals from other things like esports, they all have a massive win rate because there's less variance involved with it, there's less elements of luck. But there isn't there? Yeah. Whereas in Magic, there is a huge element of variance, or luck, as people would call it as well. I have a 78.3% win rate on Call of Duty.
How?
Because I'm good at the game.
I'm just going to sit like this for the rest of the event. I can't deal with sort of the ego, because I'm just being oppressed by the ego.
I used to play competitively. Like,
why don't you anymore? Got old, got bad.
Got introduced to card games and fell in love.
Got introduced to the problems of Magic, which is you have to pay for things. Do you still play Call of Duty at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll move on with the rest of that from there.
I don't play it competitively. I just jump on it for a couple of games if I'm having fun.
Fair enough.
Kind of like
still average at the game.
Like you do with League.
Yeah, pretty much. Jump in now and again, have a bit of fun. Mainly play Magic because Magic is better. Yep. Also less tilting.
Yeah, Magic is definitely the card game that I commit myself to. The game that I commit to myself the most.
It's also less tilting. Because you
know the most tilting when you're 6-0 on camera
and you have to drop from a GP because you made a bet with your mate for 300 quid. Why? I don't understand. Why would you drop from 6-0 at a GP level event when you're on camera? All right, we're going to move on because you're an idiot. That's the problem.
It was at that particular event. If I wanted to make prizes, I had to go 12-0.
Okay.
And then the return isn't enough to warrant me.
Okay, cool. That's fair enough. Maybe not so much of a problem.
And I saw everybody else on XO, and they were all playing like decks that were bad matchups for me, so I just didn't bother.
So you just took your 300 quid and left.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. But obviously going back to what we were saying before is Magic is sort of a lot more different because generally, apart from the weekend event, is you're playing for yourself. You're not playing with, like if you take, say, Call of Duty, how many people are on your team?
Me.
And 5 others, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 5 people who are random, normally. You don't know who they are. You could have a bad game, and you lose, right? It's the same with other things, like same with League, same with... Okay, it's the same with most MOBA games or things like that. If you're playing as a team and you have other people and one of them has a bad game, you put yourself at a massive disadvantage to win, right? Whereas in Magic, because you have only yourself to normally play for, is if you lose for your own mistake, you can only blame yourself. If you win because you played really well, you can congratulate yourself. You don't necessarily have those problems of tilting out because your others are bad.
Yeah,
you can just tilt yourself
if you
for
get
being bad
through the finals of GP Madrid, if you get carried through the finals of GP Madrid.
That's a bit harsh. I'm sure Charles played very well throughout the event.
He was actually the player with the best win rate on the team that weekend.
Also, Christoph was like 8-8.
He went 8-8 that weekend.
And that was with Grixis midrange.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be interesting in Ben Jones. I reckon Ben Jones had a flyer for a weekend.
I don't know. I don't know Ben's record.
But yeah, Charles had a very good deck, I think, for that weekend, by the looks of it, with his
Oh,
old Darcy
definitely.
deck.
I was expecting a lot of people playing Jim Davis's Miracles list, so
I think that's why people played the Prison deck.
yeah.
Mono red Prison.
Anyways, let's get back to Pauper.
It's Legacy Light, so it's relevant.
Okay.
Things like Brainstorm, Ponder, Preordain.
Sure.
Really
Talking of
good
which,
cards.
Are
Delver.
you doing GP, the double GP?
Yeah.
Are you doing both events?
Probably.
Cool.
Well, no. What we'll do is we'll play Friday, play in the Legacy. We'll see how bad we are. If we scrub, then we'll go on and do second day. I don't know what I'm going to play yet.
That's how I'm feeling.
I can play like Sultai mid-rangey deck or Sultai Delver. I can play, well, if you can lend me the Tropical Island anyway.
I'm using it.
What are you playing?
Alluring.
So, alright, sure. I might need to borrow a Tropical Island off someone. So I can either play Bug Delver or I can play Blue Black Reanimator.
Sure.
Probably won't play Reanimator because I don't like playing against Death and Taxes.
I'm just playing Alluring because like my choice.
That's what you're good at, right?
Yeah.
What are your other options?
Food Chain, Delver, D&T, Miracles, Eldrazi.
I might play Delver because I might play Sultai Delver because I like the card deck a lot. Need to sort the mana base out, but that's by the by. Probably need to borrow some dual lands off you that you aren't using.
Like
Seas. Bayous.
I'm using.
What, in Alluring?
Yes. It's Bug.
Oh, sure, okay. Damn it. He's playing the same colours. But anyways,
I'm playing 2 Trop 2 C.
2 Trop 2 Cs.
No, I'm playing 2 Trop 1 C. 2.
How many Cs do you own?
Me?
Yeah.
None. I'm borrowing it.
Okay, sure, fine. Let down.
I'm borrowing the majority of the mana base actually because I don't own the fetches.
I have to decide what I'm going to play. But anyway, going back to Pauper, obviously, the
I
main
get to play Coiling Oracle and Baleful Strix and Charlotte.
Really?
What?
You're calling Oracle?
Oh, I love it in that deck. It's amazing.
You sir are a monster.
So the reason I like to play the deck is just it accumulates all this value.
Yep.
When you're not doing your combo, the combo to me, I just rarely care about it, and it's
fair.
my hedge against things like D&T and lands, and that's what I expect most of the GP because we're in England and
Get my Telemine performances ready.
people.
Get my Telemine performance ready. It's the 1/5 mana reveal top cards of the library to reveal a creature card. Put it in the graveyard.
I'm not playing.
Beats lands.
Okay. I'm playing.
Also need to find me some. Have you got any wastelands?
Yeah.
You using them?
No.
Can I borrow them?
How many do you need?
4.
I own 3.
Cool, I borrowed 3 and I'll find my own.
Cool.
Deal.
They're Tempest.
We're sorted for the Legacy. That's fine, I can deal with that. But, going back to obviously the thing with Pauper is, it has an element of the same thing, where you can play what you want, and you can play very powerful cards. You can play, say, Ponder.
You can play Brainstorm.
Or Preordain. Or Delver of Secrets.
Can we name a card that's not blue? Diabolic Edict. That is a very powerful
Yes, Diabolic Edict. Lightning Bolt. Chain Lightning. Fire Blast.
Okay, now name one that's not red.
Delver of Secrets. It shouldn't be that hard, actually, if we actually have a thing to it. Obviously, Diabolic Edict is the one that stands out above most other cards.
Yeah.
Basic land. It's colourless.
A colourless basic
Basic
land.
lands are counted.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were referencing wastes.
Obviously, the burn deck is completely... Obviously, a lot of it's in Legacy.
Burn is pretty good in Legacy.
I do like Burn. It's incredibly consistent.
If you... Basic land is not a card.
Basic land is not a card.
If
But I could welcome... Oh my goodness. Welcome, Banapa Scorpion. Hello, welcome to the stream. John Partridge, William Leach here. We've just finished round 2. We're just having a bit of a light chat before we get to round 3.
That's Benepa Scopian.
Scorpion. All right, I'm sorry. I mispronounced it.
There's...
Bite me, burn me, whatever.
Okay.
Basic land is a card. It is 100% a card, and it should also be whiteboarded revised. But no, I mean, if we do go through other cards that you can see in Legacy, obviously you've got the standard blue cards and the red cards, obviously. Lightning Bolt's a good one. Diabolic Edict is a black one. Exhume.
Yeah.
That's Legacy. That's Legacy and Pauper.
I'm trying to think of ones that... Like, Coiling Oracle does see play.
It does. It's actually quite a good card. because of the decks you want to play it in.
Yeah.
Where you just want to get that increment. Like, you're a mid-range deck that just wants to get the advantage out of it, isn't it?
Yeah. So I like it because it's kind of reminiscent of Twin, because I'm just playing this value game and this tempo game against you, and I have the option if I wanted to go, oh look, I won.
Yep. Daze is another card in Pauper.
Yeah. Counterspell.
Yes, counterspell. Yep. Yep.
The
Actual factual counterspell. Mental Note, Thought Scour. I mean, they're all blue, which is the problem.
Yeah, it's because blue's the most powerful colour in Magic.
Duress. The thing is the green and white cards for this format are just different to what they are in Legacy.
The green cards that are powerful in Legacy are pretty much the elf deck.
Oh yeah, so all the elf cards are sort of like a Tarmogoyf, that's rare.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Sure.
Every time I'm trying to think of every green...
You have to go to elves, you're right. You have to go to elves to look for it, like Nettle Sentinel, Quirion Ranger, the Dorks, the Mana Dorks as well. Some of the options that you have. Pauper's recently got a more recognition. Oh, yes, and it's wonderful.
100%.
It is wonderful that it has got more.
Well.
It does. It's a great format. I think what they've done with it is really good. I think the ban list is fantastic for it. It makes it a very interesting and open format. It's also not a format where a lot of stuff's banned, because you don't need to, because most decks have a similar power level across everything.
Definitely. In terms of if you want to look at statistic banning, like how you should, then there is one deck that has been in the top 3 for quite a few weeks now, which is the only deck to have sustained it so far.
Okay, and what's that?
Tron.
Sure.
But I don't think it deserves a hit.
No, it doesn't, because it does lose.
Now, you know something's up if I'm saying that Tron, if it's one of the best decks, doesn't deserve to be hit. I think it deserves to be hit in Modern right now. It's got too high of a metagame percentage for me to appreciate.
Yeah, sure. But the thing as well with Pauper is you can just play so many different things.
Yeah.
That, like, if Tron was legitimately that much better than everything else, everyone would play Tron.
Yeah.
But they don't, because Tron still, Tron can just lose to someone Affinitying you out.
Hashtag give me...
Yes. Give me a Pauper GP.
Yes.
Give me a Pauper GP. It would be wonderful to play. It would be amazing.
We've said this multiple times. Pauper GP or a Pauper PPTQ is what we need.
Yeah, or just a big Pauper event. Like, someone like Darthfield or any of the other stores like Axion or anyone up north, just run a Pauper event, run a massive Pauper event. It would be amazing. Yeah. No, you wouldn't hit the Tron lands. You'd hit, like, the engine pieces like Ancient Stirrings in Tron.
Oh, in Modern, yeah.
Yeah, like the Paupertron's fine. Like you're not as likely to find it because you only play like 2 expedition maps.
I think in Pauper the only thing that I'd really want to hit is Capsize.
Yeah.
No, actually, Ghostly Flicker. I think that Ghostly Flicker should have been banned ages ago because of the combo with Peregrine Drake. I don't think Peregrine Drake was the correct banning card to ban.
Maybe. I think Ghostly Flicker may be the one that you would hit. I don't think you should ban the Tron lands because it does give diversity.
Yes, I think
that's a good thing.
What's happening in Paupertron is fine. When you get that lock on that disables so many decks, even post board. Stirrings also hit Lantern. Exactly. Yeah. And again, I think Stirrings is a card that should have been hit ages ago on the Modern ban list, but that's
a different
rare
format.
Thing. I completely agree with Ghostly Flicker getting banned in this format. I've been saying it since Cloud of Fairies.
Yep, and that does bring us to time on the round. Players have now got 5 turns to finish off their games to bring us to the end of round number 2 of coverage of our round. To bring us to the end of round number 2 of Monday Night Pauper here from Darkstream in London. What do you think about bringing back Block Constructed?
I played Theros Block Constructed, which was really
yes,
fun. I don't know.
So you have to be very careful with what it is. Blocks aren't a thing anymore, which is true, or bring back an element of it. But then, is it needed? Standard's pretty free right now. The reason Block Constructed got rid of because people didn't enjoy it as much.
I think that's because you had like blocks such as the Innistrad block.
You had three set blocks, right? It was better when it was 3 set blocks.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking you had the Innistrad block and you had cards like Lingering Souls and stuff that you actually needed a ban list because there were these really oppressive decks. And that's the problem with any format, is when you have a really oppressive deck, it stops diversity and it stops people having fun.
Yeah, you look at the last Block Constructed with like Bug Control being the best deck in that format. But you could play other things, but you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
You could play Patrick Chapin's Black Abzan mid-range deck was another option, or Abzan aggro. But there was plenty of options, or the Abzan Constellation deck. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh,
In the block constructed.
Sure. I think you can either have a popular format or a format without a ban list.
Those two don't always mean the same thing. Like, a ban list does help a lot because Wizards do make mistakes. Like, Wizards hold a hand up and recognise they've made mistakes in cards. I think Pauper, bear in mind Pauper's ban list it's really banned away the cards that were abusable, more so than banning away the powerful cards.
Definitely, and I think...
Because, like, you still got things like, as we've seen in the Tron decks, you still have Muldrifter, you still have Mnemonic Wall, you still have Ghost Figure, you still have these combos. But what they've done is they've banned, like, the oppressive parts to it, which is, or the synergistic combo cards. So they've banned Grape Shot, they've banned Empty the Warrens. They've then banned all the cards that like to untap other lands. So what they've done is they've banned away the cards that are on their own probably don't look very powerful on the surface, but it's what they can do for the game. And they've left the cards that are just really powerful on their own.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
But that's because we have the legacy like answer base to everything as well. And I hate to bring up this topic of, oh, it dies to removal. But when your removal suite is this good, it's a very valid argument.
I mean, bear in mind, you look at the format, it's got Bolt, Flame Slash, Galvanic Blast, Doomblade, Tragic Slip, Disfigure, you've got Chainer's Edict,
Diabolic Edict.
Gaia's Edict, Diabolic Edict, Innocent Blood.
You've got Snap.
You've got Snap. You've got loads. You've got Scred as well. Like, the removal spell is so good that leaving cards that are individually really powerful, like Gurmag Angler is a pretty powerful card on its own. It's effectively a 1-mana 5/5, and there's plenty of removal spells for it.
Yeah. Anyway, we should...
Yes, so players are... Looks like we've just got the last match about to finish. So Danny's going to look at us very quickly. We are going to take a very short break. We will be back very shortly. So what we might do is put the timer on when we're about to come back for round number 3. We'll put like a 5-minute warning up. So as soon as we get the pairings up, we'll put 5 minutes on the clock, and we should be able to turn around from there very quickly. So thank you very much for watching. That does bring us to the end of round number 2 of coverage here from Darkstone London. We'll be back very shortly for round number 3. We will pick up the question of Frontier, because I've got some opinions over that format, and so do you, I believe.
I love the format.
Okay, we have very differing opinions of the format, but we should come back very shortly for round number 3 of coverage here from Darkstone London on our Monday night Pauper. Ladies and gentlemen, as you saw, round number 3 of coverage is back from Darkster in London. John Partridge, William Leach to take you through 2 more rounds. Maybe more games, but definitely just 2 rounds to go, round 3 and round 4. We'll try and get 4 matches in depending on how quick it is. What we're going to do is we're going to send it down to the feature match area where I think this one might be quick. You have Red Deck wins versus Black White Pestilence. So either Red Deck wins or Pestilence kills everything and he loses.
Yeah, so there's either Red Deck winning or
Red Deck losing.
Yeah.
We're going to send it down to feature match area, give the players the thumbs up. They're ready to go. See if he recognises the waving of the thumb. And we'll be on to our match. So,
it's Pickle Rick! You should have expected that from me. I find it hilarious that the Black White Pestilence deck's playmat is very calm and
I know, serene. And the Red Deck wins is on Pickle Rick. And we're going to see a Kelder Marauders here for... Wow. Kelder Marauders, did not expect to see that one here. You can type that one in.
Am I spelling it right?
Well, we'll soon find out. It's either Keldon Marauders or Kelder Marauders.
How do you spell Marauders? No.
Does it say? Yeah. Marauders. No, there's no extra R in it. Marauders. M-O-R-U-D, yeah. I can't say you pronounce Keldon correctly. Oh, hey!
Vanishing.
So, Kelder Marauders enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield. It deals 1 damage to target player. So, Daniel at 20... well, Vanishing One has appeared at a grand total of 23 life with the lone mission. We're going to see a couple of steering spears already in hand here for Daniel as he's going to attack for 3. I'm going to see the block here, see the lone missionary by hitting the graveyard already. Definitely wanting to maintain his life total, the most important part of the day. Now, what card is going to be really good against the monocolor deck? The Guardian of the Guild Pact. Protection from monocolors. We're going to see another Ash Barons here get cycled away to find probably a basic swamp, I imagine, but maybe another Plains could be the option here. And we're going to find another Plains. Makes me feel that we have another 2-drop ready to go.
Imagine if it's another lone missionary.
Yeah.
As a burn player, I hate seeing that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So we're going to see, I'll have a look at the hand, and we're going to see a... Okay, we have an even more powerful white card. We have the 3-man Inspector.
We have Inspector Gadget.
And we have...
a dude.
Akami? You know what? You can have a look for this one. You can go searching.
On what?
Wow, here we go. So let's just... Oh, we've got quite a lot to catch up on. The chat went a bit nuts, actually. Oh my good lord, what on earth? So Frontiers has no ban list and fetch lands and treasure cruise dig through time and fall. Not interested.
Yeah, and that's why that deck's the best.
I like having more constructed events that adds variety rather than just 3 formats. Block will not come back because the formats has no diversity. Frontier would be fun. Frontier without cards block would be fun. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no fetches would be great. No treasure cruise and dig through time. We're going to see Smash to Smithereens getting rid of the clue. It's pretty nice there. Still got the cat combo Marvel. Yeah, that does put me off a little bit. Too many formats are also a problem, especially if you play in paper. Because your local game store probably have most players play standard or modern. Legacy is very expensive for people to play. I invested in Legacy from the start. That's why I didn't mention Legacy will probably be a lot less Legacy players. Yeah, true. But over the years, Legacy is dying. I'm not so sure. I think Legacy still really good.
I've seen it grow.
I've seen it grow a lot, actually. It's really good. We see Read the Bones here for Daniel wanting to quickly refill his hand, find some extra things. He has plenty of cards in play as well. So once you get introduced to a bunch of formats, you might have a problem finding people to play it. The real life is killing Legacy. Yeah, Standard got shafted this year. Actually, Standard's pretty good right now.
Yeah, I found Standard really fun when I was playing it on.
So look at the schedule, bro. No standard SCG event, and what's he cut back on GP standard? Yeah, I think that's the thing, though, because they wanted to actually give more opportunity for people to play different things. I think it's a pretty diverse format standard at the moment. I think it's pretty good, and I thought the card was going coverage barely covers standard. So interesting enough, we barely cover standard because it's actually quite hard to get standard players together for the Thursday night standard here. So that's a lot of the reason we do it. Pauper is definitely one of the more popular. We have a Monarch.
So the store that I'm the TO at. We haven't launched an event that isn't modern since October.
Yeah, people want to play the Eternal formats a lot more than they want to play Standard. I think we're going to see 4 mana for 2 Searing Spears here. Looks like Daniel might be taking 6 to the face. But there are a lot of different monitors. Yep, Modern is especially different, especially with the unbanning of BB and Jace the Wallet Sculptor, trying out new stuff. Rip Red Deck Wins.
I don't know what you're on about. I only
Looks
thought
like a lot
my
more
Jace
burn. Well, he said it was on Red Deck Wins, so I'm going to... he did say it was on Red Deck Wins, so I can only assume that, but I guess he is on more of a burn hope. The false hope... Yeah, Calm with the false hope. It's basically a white fog frog. Hello. Reserved list, sorry, is what you meant by that, not real life. Yeah, the reserve list does make... is a problem, I guess.
Definitely.
Because it does mean that you can't reprint cards. Well, certain cards. So could probably do with a reprint.
We all know my second favourite card game. I'm not going to say it. But I really support the fact that they do. One of the things they do is every 6 months they look at the secondary market, look at the most expensive cards in the secondary market which aren't that available, and then go, okay, reprint.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love having everybody having this access to all the same cards for a very cheap price, and it's one of the benefits of Pauper.
Somehow we did manage to cast 4 Searing Spears as well. We did find 4 Searing Spears for Daniel. And Daniel's at the moment at a grand total of 2. As we're going to see Guardian of the Guild Pact enter the battlefield here. Protection from mono-coloured, obviously very good against the Red Deck Wins.
Draw a bell spell.
Can Daniel find the win? His opponent is at 2 life. Good lord, that's close. Do you want to just type in Calm Your False Hope to see if it comes up? We can have a quick look at what that does.
Is it of or of the?
Calm Your False Hope. Well, if it's not, then we'll soon find out.
Oh, yep.
Prevent all combat damage. So it looks like, unfortunately, Daniel was not able to find the removal spell. Daniel won that one? Or Daniel lose that one? Did you see who won?
Daniel.
Definitely the most challenging part of Will's job today, trying to work out who won a game as it goes along. As we were looking at Calm Your False Hope.
That's what the difficult one was. How am I going to tell you which Daniel it was? Is it Daniel or is it? Would you say it's popular?
Oh yes, definitely popular.
I thought that's definitely
one
of your jokes.
That was really good. Is it popular? I love that one. I'm stealing that 100%.
Yeah, we are taking that one. It is definitely our most popular event. I just noticed. We're still on camera.
Yeah, we are. I know. That's why I'm trying to find decks at the moment.
This is
so weird. I can understand a lot more of the cards that are being played in this match. It's a really interesting one. But yeah, we left the camera on today so we can wave to the people watching at home while we commentate.
I don't like this.
How have you only just noticed we're in the bottom right of the screen?
Wow. Out of interest.
What? It's not that bad. Oh, the fails are happening today. You can't even click on the right buttons.
Main deck smash is interesting. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing that.
What, putting smashes in the main?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if you look at a lot of the decks that do get played, like if you think about Tron, there's loads of artifacts in Tron. If you think about some of the other matchups, there's also a lot of it. If you think about, obviously, Affinity has lots of artifacts in it. And even things like this one, obviously, with the Thraben Inspector, it has targets for it, which does help a lot when you're trying to just get those final few points of damage through.
I'm trying to think about the control decks and the mono black deck, though. Is it just dead? I think the answer is yes.
Sorry?
The Smash and Smithereens against like the mono black deck. And
yeah, like you can board them out there. But it's also a card you have an easy chance to board out.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people playing this in Legacy. They was having this discussion on the stream last week about, well, if you wanted a utility card like that, then play a Braid.
Yeah,
we can't do that.
Yeah. We can't because it's uncommon.
But also, I think just don't, because the reason you play Smash Smithereens is it burns face.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also nice noting that the most popular decks are the Delver decks, and they play the Spy Golem and the actual cards with the real affinity mechanic,
Yep.
not.
Yeah, and like it's another one, Mono Blue Delver has an artifact as well.
Yeah.
So it just seems like a very good hedge card just to try and get the extra damage through. And he was only 2 points of burn short. Now think if the Lone Missionary hadn't been cast.
Then rip-de-roo. Only Mono Blue plays Golem though, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
But we're just trying to obviously go through the different options and iterations that you could possibly have. That you could look for. And that's the other
shock.
thing. Yep, that's a shock.
That's shocking.
A Valley Dasher. We have some lands. But we have a mulligan here for Daniel going down to 6.
Yeah, but I saw a Taylor Swift spin. That is an uncommon. Yeah. I think it was. And I need to check because I don't think it's had a common printing on Modo.
Oh.
Yeah. Check for
Khans, it was uncommon.
Iconic Masters, it was uncommon.
uncommon.
I think those were the 2 only printings.
Just give me a second to go and double check.
Yeah, sure. This is going to be quite an interesting one. It wasn't. It wasn't. Sure.
So unfortunately, Daniel taking a mulligan down to 5.
It was that.
Yes, this was the one you were looking for when you saw the hand. So the hand is Valley Dasher Shock and a copy of a Goblin Heel Cutter, which should be quite good against that Chainer's Edict, should it not resolve. We're going to see a start with a swamp. Sorry, with a swamp, with a mountain, and pass back the turn. We're going to see a Arishin Cleric. No lands for Daniel Mulligan to 5-0 lands. Valley Dasher will be then Mog. Which one's that one? Mog Fanatic? Is that one a Mog Fanatic?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to see the Mog Fanatic. And they go.
The
Not playing the Valley Dasher though, interestingly enough. We do see a Thraben Inspector, no land. We're going to untap, and we're going to drop. And we might be on to game number 3 very quickly. Another land into play here, and we could see a dashed heel cutter. Yeah, well, no, we're going to play the Valley Dasher this turn, and an attack for 3. Daniel going to drop it down to 17.
This looks like a hybrid.
And no lands. And we're going to go to discard. I think you might discard the... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we've seen the Palace on the guard as well. Sorry, the Monarch card, which I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what the name is. Let's quickly go back.
So what do you do here? Just play the Heel Cutter and... Oh, another Valley Dasher.
That's a pretty good draw, that one is.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Attacking 5.
Yep, I like that a lot. We see another discard here.
Yeah, GG. Probably would have shocked in there instead.
Palace Sentinels is the card I believe we're looking for. Yeah, Palace Sentinels, when you enter the battlefield,
That's
become
a
a Monarch. It's a kicked Burst Lightning. So Daniel has made 5 land drops while Daniel has played 0. Draw and concede. Daniel Celistev taking down game number 2 in the weirdest of fashions there. 1 game apiece. In fact, Daniel didn't really play any Magic, is the honest answer in that one. Mulligan to 5, kept a no lander, scry to the bottom, didn't actually see a land.
No, Jadil played Solitaire.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He goldfished. It's like when you test your... You know when you build a deck, it's like, right, let's see what this deck does. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and I goldfished my opponent. And it's pretty much what happened in that game. Your opponent took a turn. Like you imagined your opponent took a draw step, and then you smashed their face again. It was pretty nice. So players going to shuffle up for game number 3, see if Daniel Agarin can find a keepable 7 here, or even a 6 with some lands would be a nice place to start. I do feel that his deck is favoured. in this matchup because there's a lot of like good cards. Like Valley Dasher doesn't match up particularly well against the Lone Missionary. Obviously, Arishin Cleric being a 1/3 is a pretty big beater when it comes to blocking.
Yeah.
Gaining 3 life as well when it enters the battlefield is quite nice. Lone Missionary, only a 2/1, but does gain 4 for 2 mana. The 2/2 drops that we can talk about with Lifegain are pretty similar in what they can do, but have different abilities in what they can block. Because obviously, Arishin Cleric just survives longer.
Yeah, sure. I've seen a lot of people make that argument and play Arishin Cleric for that reason.
1/8 or 1/3 is pretty nice when you get into more of the aggressive decks when you are playing 1 toughness creatures as well. But it does seem that like the red deck mainly focuses around two toughness creatures, which is a difference as well.
Yeah, I've seen that. Even in like Modern Legacy, it seems to be that the smallest creature is Monster 2 Swift Spear when it's not.
It's a 1/2. Yeah, they definitely seem to have 2 toughness though for some reason. Not the 1 toughness of the elves anymore. Yeah, we'll have to give that back.
That's unfortunate.
Stoles it from him. We stole it from him. Players are going to look at their opening hands. Look like a couple of. Looks like it doesn't look too bad. It depends what the question is.
So, what do you really say to a set that is Pauper, except you can have 1 card, up to 4 copies of 1 card that's listed as an uncommon?
Peasant.
Peasant? That's what
I have
it's
no
called?
idea.
No, just like it's Pauper, but only 1 card, 4 copies of it, up to as an uncommon.
Okay, we're going to have
This
to ask.
sounds like Peasant.
Isn't Peasant just commons and uncommons? That's it?
Yeah, but it sounds like it's between them.
Percent.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to ask the chat the question. You play Pauper. What is the format called when it is a Pauper, when you can only play with commons apart from 1 card which you can have a playset of which can be common? Or should be uncommon, sorry. So you can have one card in the deck could be uncommon, and you can have a playset of, but the rest of it has to be commons. What would you play as your uncommon? What would you play?
So many choices.
Not really.
There's 1 choice.
What do you mean there's 1 choice?
Arborback Stomper.
Oh!
That's not uncommon, is it?
Yes, it was an uncommon in Alliances.
No, we're not playing Force of Will.
Common 2 or whatever in Alliances.
We're not playing with Force of Will. It would also, like, you have Counterspell. Why do you need Force of Will?
That's why I used to buy Alliance packs at £5 each.
What, to try and open Force of Will?
Yeah, because you sell them for £25 at the time. That's how I got my
Right.
set of Force of Wills.
Yeah, it's Peasant, apparently.
Yeah.
Gutter Snipe.
But-
Oh, good lord. Oh, my good lord.
Oh my god, this sounds amazing. Can we play this format?
Probably.
I want to play Peasant, actually. I do want to try it. Young Peasy.
You could play Arborback Stomper.
Play Inquisition of Kozilek.
Yes, you could play Inquisition of Kozilek.
Or you could play this Core Skyfisher and not bounce anything.
So, apparently, like, you can play loads of different archetypes.
Why have you Googled this?
Yeah. You can play Blue X Control. Oh, you can play Dinrover Tron. What's the uncommon? Oh, you can play Artisan of Kozilek as your uncommon.
It's a 9?
Oh, that's pretty.
What?
So, Artisan of Kozilek is a 9 mana. Whenever you cast it, you turn target creature card on your field battlefield, and then you get to play 1 Dinrover Horror.
It's got Annihilator.
Yeah, it does have Annihilator too, that is correct. It's interesting that you have the different ones you can play.
You know what else is interesting?
Nope.
This Archer.
What, the Firebrand Archer? Going to see another Lone Missionary enter the battlefield. Oh, you can play Isochron Scepter. And Demir Charm. It's like blue-black mid-range, blue-black control.
It sounds like a great format.
Yeah.
Firebrand Archer, what else?
Oh, no. You can play any of the sweepers.
What's sweet?
Like Flaying Tendrils and stuff like that. To beat the elf decks, right, and beat the aggro decks, play Flaying Tendrils, or Drown in Sorrow, or Golden Demise.
Is that the one from Rivals?
Yeah. You play Murfolk
Pyroplasm.
Branchwalker.
I want to play Fish. I might play Fish at GP.
Play Secure Tribe Elder.
You don't have Valakut. I'm fine with that.
Apparently you can play Grixis Dragons as well.
Dragons.
Hadrigan. You
I
get
like
to play
dragons.
Swift Warkite and Baleful Strix, apparently.
Oh, Baleful Strix.
And then you get to play Foul Tongue Invocation. Oh, you also have him in
You
this.
can play Cavern Harpy.
You can hymn people.
You can play Cavern Harpy.
Here's a question for you. Is hymn to Turek legal in Pauper? Might be on the ban list.
I think it is.
Literally, why would Symbiont? Literally Legacy Elves. Yeah, you don't get like the Creative Behemoth kills or anything like that, but it's pretty good value when you get to like bounce your Astral Slide. Cavern Harpy's already Pauper legal. So let's have a quick look. Actually, just go for the
Cavern Harpy is already Pauper legal. I'm building a bug deck.
Pauper
I'm building bug value.
ban list.
What's the ban list?
Hey, give me it. Let me have a look. This is obviously from the. So at the moment, it's Cloud of Fairies. Oh, more items. Let's have a look. So,
Cloud Fairy, Cloud
Cloud
Post,
Cranial Plating, Empty the Warrens, Frantic Search, an Intro to Pauper. So it's. Okay, so you've got Cranial Plating, Empty the Warrens, Frantic Search, Grape Shot, Invigorate, Peregrine Drake, Temporal Fisher, and Treasure Cruise. So you can hymn people. Oh no, sorry. Our ban list includes 4 additional cards that never saw printed common on Magic Online. So since all cards on Magic Online haven't necessarily been printed in the same rarity slots as all cards in Paper Magic, there are more cards to choose from when you play the format across someone as a physical table. The format is also not officially sanctioned by Wizards, so the paper ban list changes depending on where you play. Our ban list includes 4 additional cards that never saw printed common, which is Goblin Grenade, High Tide, Hymn to Turok, and Sinkhole.
Beat you to it.
Was never common on Modo,
So it was never legal.
but it's common in paper.
Yeah, but in our ban list here, we also say that
it has to be legal on Modo as well. Right. Okay. No, that's fair enough. So obviously that then flips the other side. If it was common on Modo, you can play it. So like Doomblade is playable. It's an uncommon in most. Actually, it was also common in some sets. There is one that specifically was printed in common on Modo that you're allowed to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, him's quite a good card.
Him
Yeah.
is definitely one that I'm glad hasn't made it into Pauper.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see. A lone mystery here is going to get returned to the hand.
For more life gain, he's on 31 against a burn deck.
Yeah, the burn deck's at 9. As we're going to see Magma Jet here, scrying at 2. Feels not too bad with the shot.
I really
available.
want to just take a screenshot of the life totals and put, guess who's the burn player?
That's why cards like Battle Screech are legal. I think High Tide is common in paper. Yeah, I think it's also broken.
Yeah.
don't really want to be high tiding people.
I don't want High Tide to be legal and no. Just no.
Oh, I like this one. This looks like an interesting deck. Nettle Sentinel, Quirion Ranger, Pit Skull, Garrick's Champion.
Garrick's Champion need...
The 2 mana 3/2 trample. Vault Scourge, Porcelain Legionnaire.
Chain of Edict is only uncommon in paper.
It's also rare, but it's playable because it was common on Modo.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one.
What one?
Porcelain Legionnaire. First strike.
Oh, I've seen that. Yep. I own that.
Shinnon of Life's Roar.
We're having fun today.
To lure
Rather than
with
just
channel.
He's now on 34. I didn't know it was on 7.
It's quite impressive with the Caldemorans. And then you've got Bone Splitter, Rancor, Gather Courage, Vines of Vastwood, Land Grant, and Prey
What's
upon.
this 4-drop?
What, Guardian of the Guild Pact?
Oh. I recognise the name. I don't recognise the art.
Just looking at all these like old versions of decks you can play.
This is beautiful.
He's pretty good, unfortunately. He's got a lot of removal in hand, but none of it deals with the Guardian of the Guild Pact.
So if you're to nil, how do you win?
You throw everything at your opponent's face.
Sure. Bear in mind I'm fully for the answer of you don't.
I still think you can win. I just think it's incredibly difficult as your opponent seems to have another way of getting Lone Missionary back from his graveyard, and you're at 34 life. and you have a protection from mono-colored spells creature in play. And this is why Guardian of the Guild Pact is so good in this format, because there are a lot of mono-colored decks that does really well against. Obviously, things like mono-black have ability to make you discard it, which obviously means
he's
that...
now the Monarch as well.
Yeah, I know. It's quite impressive. I like picking up the Scar, with picking up a... Oh, it's interesting to pick up a Swamp with the Ores of Basilica.
I think once you've got to this point, you don't need to gain more life.
Nope.
You just want to end the game.
Yep. You can draw in the end step, finds another Guardian of the Guild Pact here off the top for Daniel. We're going to Magma Jet.
Here's something. If your opponent says go, at which point would... And they have triggers that can activate in the end step, at which point would you say you've missed that? Is it when you untap?
Bearing in mind we're at a regular rel.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a competitive rel, like Daniel has to give you a chance to do something. He was quite quick with the I'm the Monarch, draw a card. So there is a point where you do go to the end step, you say trigger being the Monarch, and you have a chance. Daniel still has to technically announce going to the end step. You can say, oh, you didn't give me a chance because you didn't declare it, because being the Monarch does it in the end step. So you can say, before beginning of your end step, do this, you may then draw a card for being the Monarch. Or you will get a chance before you've missed it.
Yeah. I'm bringing this up because Saturday, my opponent had a... Oh, what was the name of it? Hidden Stockpile.
Right.
So you know all about this deck?
I love Abzan tokens. Was it against Simeon?
Yes.
Did you play against Simeon?
Yeah, I lost to him and pushed him into top 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's a good player, though, with that deck.
We was our winning end. It was a
Oh,
really
wow, he gets to be the Monarch as well.
You'll really like this. You know what I was playing, right? The Sultai Climb deck.
Hadana's Climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah.
Why? Deck's not very good.
It's the one we had this discussion. It's the one that I felt most comfortable with.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I had I have Scarab God in my main.
Yeah, okay. Seems pretty good.
I reanimated my Walking Ballista. I've got Hadana's Climb and two Winding Constrictors out, so I'm popping these tokens every turn. And he's got 2 Anointing Processions, so we're just at the standstill where I'm burning him with the Scarab God, and I'm hoping. And it was a really fun game that lasted the round.
Okay. So just explain to me the how you got.
I went to. He said go. I said sure. Upkeep trigger. He was like, okay, I'll wait this, and I'm like, sure.
Yeah, you've missed it.
No, I let him have it.
Sure, but theoretically you would have missed it by then because you've said okay, untap upkeep. I mean, I'm sure a judge could rewind it and give him a warning for failing the same game state, but I think you would also be judged to have missed it. He's going to extend the hand, and he's going to show the Keldon Marauder, and Daniel Gowron finishes that game at 32 life. That is a rather high life total, I'm not going to lie.
Against the burn player.
Yeah, against the burn player. He gained more life than he lost.
That's hilarious.
It's bad enough when you have to take a deck from 20 to 0, let alone when all of a sudden you have to take them from 32 to 0.
But think about it. Look at all the burn spells in his graveyard.
I know. It's like I threw everything, including the kitchen sink, and he still didn't die. It must be pretty rough up there for Daniil as Daniel Gowron marches on with a victory in that round. Black-White Pestilence taking down a red deck wins in a matchup that I would generally expect Pestilence to win.
Yeah.
Because
of that
reason, you have like Missionary, Arishin Cleric in the deck, and it's a pretty rough time there for the burn deck, especially as the Guardian of the Guild Pact is also pretty damn good. Protection from monocolor. Them feel bad moments for the red deck wins.
I'm so
Sit
sorry.
down, make Lone Missionary on turn 2. It's like, oh.
If you can hear me or you're watching this back, I am so sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh there for Daniil, not exactly having the best of runs in that match. Definitely picking up what would be imagined to be a bad matchup. But they do happen. It's the power of Pauper. Red deck win. Like, Pestilence also gets pretty smashed by a lot of the control versions.
But, Matt, having good and bad matchups is
It's
for
part
every
of
deck.
Pauper.
If there was any deck that
Yeah.
had 50-50 matchups for everything, then that deck would get hit on a ban list.
Maybe. I think having a 50-50, having a 50% win rate is also not a bad thing. Because multiple decks will have that.
Yeah, but against everything. You've got to have at least one bad matchup. Like, look at Modern.
That's the best bit. Yes, Poseidon, 8-4-7. Whole flip the table. Definitely the way to describe that finish for the poor burn players. Like, I'm done. Flip the table. It's like, did you see that really bad advert for Magic where the guy's like watching across the table and just flips the table?
Was it the Boogie?
I can't.
Boogie 84822.
I don't know.
The big guy.
Yeah, and he just flipped the table.
And he's like, I drew another land. Just kill me. I'm dead. And then flip. Dice encounters everywhere on the table. And it was just like him and another table in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like that, so lucky. Gone.
Yeah, that guy. He's, he's done it for other things as well, like with his Xbox, PlayStation, and everything like that. He's just got a YouTube channel of him breaking stuff.
That's also fair enough.
And
that is also a fair way to spend your day. Breaking stuff for a living is never a bad thing. And I'm sure you're going to tell me something very insightful now as well.
Like, I love the fact that he makes more money breaking stuff than he does spending on that stuff, especially when you're thinking brand new Xboxes and brand new.
Yeah, I think that's a truthful fact as well. Definitely one of the more interesting parts of life when you're able to afford that much money, where you are able to buy an Xbox and break it. Must be nice. You didn't do it deliberately, did you?
It was my PS3.
And why did you break? What? Okay, right. I'm sure this is going to be a very good story. Why did you break your PS3?
I got angry. The Call of Duty.
So it wasn't even a bet. You just got angry and broke your PC. Your PS.
You assume it's a bet.
Well, normally with you it is. If you've broken something, it's normally because it was a bet.
No, it was...
just rage quit.
Yeah, it was a very bad rage quit.
It sounds like a pretty terrible rage quit if you just broke your PlayStation.
It went out the window.
Oh my god. Did it break the window, or was the window at least open?
The window was open.
Oh, that's alright then. So at least you didn't break the window.
But my family were having a barbecue. It landed on my dad's barbecue.
Whee! Like, how? You couldn't hit it if you tried. You couldn't hit the barbecue if you tried, I reckon.
No, because it was right outside.
Yeah, but you could aim and probably still not hit the barbecue.
Oh, if I aimed, I wouldn't have hit it.
Exactly.
You've met me, right?
Yeah, it's like hand-eye coordination of a potato.
This is true.
What?
Even right now, I'm struggling to sit on my seat.
No, it's like I'm worried about if I push you, just fall off the edge of our seating area. Oh, man, you couldn't do that if you tried. Oh, PlayStation 3, out the window. But yes. Hello, Daisy Frog 79. Welcome to the stream. John Partridge, William Leach. Pauper action for your Monday night. We have ended, well, we finished our match on camera. It doesn't look like we'll have much more. So what you do get to hear is our dulcet tones echoing over the airwaves to you as we talk about the joys that is the Pauper format. Definitely having a lot of fun looking at the different decks. And I think that's one of the best things I actually quite enjoy is going on to the wonderful thing that is MTG Goldfish, going to Pauper format, and looking at all the decks.
Izzet Delver.
Izzet Delver being the most popular one. It is. It's the Scred Izzet Delver.
Yep.
You have called Dortha Boris.
I love that deck.
Tron. Love that deck.
You do.
I love that deck.
Okay, Tron Partridge.
Blue, black.
Stuff.
Yes, Daisy Frog 79, we love Magic. I wouldn't do this
Magic's
if I didn't.
what I do for a living.
I don't do it for a living. I would love, I tell you what, if someone said, here, I will pay for you to do Magic for a living or do commentary for a living or whatever, I would bite your hand off and take the opportunity.
I stream and play games for a living, so this is great.
I don't, but I would love to. I would also love to do coverage at the highest level. That would be amazing. I would love I would give probably quite a lot and put a lot of effort into if anyone ever offered me the opportunity to do coverage at a GP level or something like that, I would literally jump and travel to
see if you're watching right now.
You know where to come find me. Doctor in London, here we are. But no, I would love the opportunity to. I love doing it at Darksphere. I love doing these Monday and Wednesdays. Obviously, for those of you who are aware, we also have our PTQ coming up on the 24th of this month.
Have you announced who you're doing that with? I assume it's the usual person.
I believe it's Jack, yeah. So at the moment, the PPTQ coverage will be done by myself and Jack Patton. He will be back from Japan by then. I can't wait.
Oh, I thought it was going to be
Who did you think it was going to be?
Dom.
No, it's Jack this time. Dom definitely does modern. Tom knows a ridiculous amount about modern. That man is like a walking library when it comes to modern.
Okay, sure. Jack's going to be a nice one. Going to have me on camera round 1, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's better than having you in the final. So, a little bit of a backstory for everyone
You
at
tell
home.
this story every week.
But he's really good. So, this man playing with his wonderful Abzan deck. Very nice. In the final of a PPTQ against Jeskai Flash.
You have to tell this story on camera every week without fail.
Yeah.
This is the great pump that Will did.
No, I won't. Because to be fair, he did actually go and then win one the following day. Yeah. And we said to him, oh, you should sideboard like this. It will help you. What does he do? Goes and wins one. It's like, oh, good. Well done.
Yeah, he's like, cut all this from your sideboard, play this. I did it, and then I'll win the next day.
What is this? But yeah, so obviously we got the PPTQ on the 24th. Go on, then hit me with it. No, not literally hit me, but hit me with the news.
Semi-finals on that day.
Which one? The one you won or the one you lost?
The one I won.
Okay.
Against Jaime Palmerson, who was playing Jund.
Right, so Abzan versus Jund. You should win that one.
I should win that one.
Make souls.
I won game 1.
Okay, good.
I got greedy game 2 and lost.
Doesn't surprise me.
I got very greedy. He was ticking up his Liliana of the Veil. I have 3 cards in hand, which is... so I have 4 lands out. I have Land, Abrupt Decay, and Sigarda. I'm on 9.
Okay, do you not just like Abrupt Decay and make Sigarda?
How? I have to...
End step Abrupt Decay.
I have to let this Liliana resolve. So what do I discard?
The Sigarda.
I got greedy and discarded the Abrupt Decay to play land Sigarda next turn.
And what happened?
I lost because he beat me with...
Oh yeah, because you can't make he can't make you sacrifice a creature. Because that's what Sigarda does.
And it's got hexproof.
Yeah.
So he just kept attacking with his stuff and turned it sideways, and I couldn't deal with it. Game 3.
What should you have done? Discard the land.
In hindsight, I shouldn't have rolled back 2 turns ago. I shouldn't have let things. Yeah.
We live and we learn, as they say.
Because I was being very aggressive. I was like, okay, I can discard this Abrupt Decay in 2 turns to play my Sigarda after playing these, which means I can trade this way, and it should me win the game. But I didn't factor in, if he has any sort of removal, I lose.
Yes. But you won.
Game 3. I shouldn't have won.
Yeah, but you should have won game 2.
But I shouldn't have won game 3,
Fine.
which I did, because he got me to 1. Right. He has Rage and Ravine tapped, Liliana in the field, and Tarmogoyf.
And what do you have?
I'm Hellbent. He's Hellbent. I have a Treetop Village.
Right.
3 rhinos in the bin. So we're looking at it, and we're discussing it before I draw. I'm like, so what are my outs here? I can't draw Damnation because that kills me. I can't draw my Lingering Souls because...
Rage and Ravine. What? Okay, so you can draw... Okay, so what was the card you needed to find?
Rhino.
And did
So
you find...
it was the 4th rhino I needed. So I just flip it over.
It's a rhino.
It's a rhino. And Mark just looked at me and he's like, is this how you've been winning the whole weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
yes, it is. Right, but going back to the question, DaisyFrog79 asks, any tips for Modern? Yes. Play what you want.
Yeah. Pick a deck. Pick a deck that's tier 1 or tier 2. Get to know it well. Just play it, and play it more, because you will never know enough about what you're doing with regards to what everyone else is doing. Because
someone will tell you what's a really good deck in Modern, I'll tell you something different, and Will will tell you something different, because I play Bamp Nightfall, going to try and find some Wallet Sculptors, because I think that'd be good in that deck. You play Abzan. Chris, who normally commentates Modern with me on a Wednesday, plays Rug Life, or whatever he wants in Team of Colours. The simple answer for any tips to Modern, watch Wednesday Night Modern here from Darkshire in London. Coverage starts about 7:15. Myself and Chris on camera normally.
I can't put in a plug for my stream, can I?
No.
Okay.
No.
Even if it doesn't clash with?
No.
Okay.
But honestly, play the best deck and watch our coverage on Wednesday night from Darksphere in London, same place, twitch.tv/Darksphere Twitch. What's your favourite card, though? Don't say Siege Rhino. Like, have a little bit of a think. Don't say Siege Rhino. Okay, no, but seriously, what's your favourite card?
What's my favourite card in Magic?
Yeah.
Okay, Sky Hussar.
Really?
Come on.
Okay,
Think about this.
seriously,
how much do I love that deck?
You do love that deck a lot. But seriously, what's your favourite card in
Sky
Magic?
Hussar.
Okay, cool.
I love that deck.
Sky Hussar. So obviously we're talking about the mono blue Martyr deck, which uses it to draw cards every turn and durdle around until you quit the game because it doesn't win the game. Is it played like Judges Familiars and stuff? Oh no, it does eventually win the game. Like when you've
Excuse you.
You can't cast the Sky Hussar.
No, but I can pull it in with Ether Vial. I've done that so many times. Feels so good. Put Sky Hussar in with Ether Vial, then go past her back to me, and I swing with it in the air and go whee.
I worry about you a lot. So Daisy Frog 79, you like Snapcaster Mage? Yep, everyone loves Tiago Chan. Do love me some Snapcaster Mage. Mine is more of the green variety of a 1 green 2/4.
2/4. Oh.
The rules text says you play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play a land from the top of your library and you may gain a life whenever a land enters the battlefield. I love that card so much.
I thought you was going to refer to Eternal Witness.
No. The other option would have been Jade Light Ranger.
Really?
For the 1 green card.
You value Jade Light Ranger above
I love Jade Light Ranger.
Witness?
I love his favourite card, not how good it is.
Okay.
I love Jade Light Ranger. That card's great. But no, Courser of Crufix, I will hold my hands up and say, is probably my favourite card in Magic. It has won me many PPTQs, both in Standard and in Modern, as it turns out. That was the funniest.
To be fair,
that was the funniest
PPTQ I won was the only one I won. Do you want to laugh? That Modern season was the first time I made top 8.
That kind of surprises me in a way.
And I top 8'd pretty much every event that season.
So I had this really good one with my Modern deck where this will be the last bit I'm on before I go back to Pauper because it's important that we focus on Pauper. Top 8, played my Nightfall deck, playing against Taking Turns, Titan Shift and Blue-White Control. Top 8. Like, what? And I won it. I won that event. Like, I'm not joking. But yeah, like, if we went, to be fair, we might as well say, what's your favourite card in Pauper then?
Curse of the Bloody Tome.
Okay, and that's the 2 in a blue.
Yeah.
Mills. Okay, cool.
Do you want some of those, by the way?
Yes.
How many do you want?
I would like 1, please.
Are you sure? How many do you have?
1.
Okay. There's 5 in my bag. Take 3.
Why did you not bring the cards I actually needed? You're going to bring them next Monday, aren't you? You know, huh?
If I find them, yeah.
You come in on Wednesday because you give me them then. You put them in the other deck box. The counter spells.
Yeah, I've got the counter spells.
Yeah. And the Tropical Island.
Yeah, I can't find the trop.
Okay, cool. You need to find that one then. No, you can wait for us a minute.
Oh.
You actually, Danny. So Danny's our judge. Danny, what's your favourite card in Pauper?
Ooh, good question. I haven't thought about that yet.
Okay, what's your favourite card in Magic?
Mist Dragon.
What? What's Mist Dragon do? All right, you know what?
I'll tell you after we start round 4.
Okay, so we're going to kick Danny away for a minute. I'm going to. So my favourite card is the best card in Pauper, which is Dim Rover Horror. We're now going to go to a very quick break, and we'll catch you again very shortly before anyone can tell me I'm wrong. We'll be back momentarily after a very short break.
Because you are wrong.
And it is that time, ladies and gentlemen. Myself and Will Leach are here to take you through our fourth and final round here of our Monday Night Pauper from Darksphere in London. It is, of course, the final round of Season 3 of the Pauper League at Darksphere. Next week, we'll have... Obviously, Russell's going to announce all the various prizes, but what we're going to do is, next week, we're going to do a bit special. We have a winner box event next week, but what we're also going to do is interview, at some point in the evening, the winners. Of the league. No, next week.
Oh.
So between probably round 1 and 2, we'll interview the winner of League 2. And between 2 and 3, we'll interview the winner of League 3. Which should be quite interesting to get them meet them. But what we are going to do, we're going to send them down to the feature match area. We will organise that with Russ at the end of today. We're going to do some various things, but I think it'd be really nice to do some interviews at the winner box as well. So we're going to send in our feature match area, round number 4 of coverage here from Darksphere in London. Players are at the ready. We're going to give them the thumbs up, and they will be off to the races. So is it Delver?
It is.
It is Delver versus Blue-Black Control. I think it looks like Alex has taken a mulligan down to 6.
So is there anything you want to ask about Jonathan's deck list?
No, not really.
Okay.
Why? Is there something you want to tell me about Jonathan's deck list?
He's playing 2 Dispel main.
Sure.
No,
Does it count it in Rover Horror?
Huh?
Does it count it...
The first thing you say, Dim Rover Horror.
Best card. Best card in Pauper.
I think Danny's still waiting for us, you know.
No, he's given them the go-ahead.
Oh, he's just watching. Judge is being judge. No, don't kick
that. Green is probably my least favourite colour on its own. But it's so wonderful. It's like got Tireless Tracker, Courser of Crewfix. It's like value written on Primeval Titan.
So
value written on a card.
So green stereotypically has the idea that it's very easy to play. It's not.
No, it's not. I love green. And even I know. To be fair, I've already decided on my deck for standard in Dominaria, or how it's going to start. 4 Elves, 4 Branchwalkers, 4 Jade Light Ranger, 4 3-mana 5/4s.
Okay, sure.
And some Brontodons.
So, if I did qualify, and you were on my team, how would we do this? Because it's unified standard.
That's fine. You just let me play the green deck with Elves, and then you play a blue-black deck. And someone plays an approach to the second sun deck. There you go, 3 decks, easy, done. Thanks very much for coming. Back to the match at hand.
You would have played the green deck. I would have played like mono red, and then...
Yeah, maybe something like that. We'll sort it out. I'm not playing mono red. But you've also got to win a PPTQ?
Yeah, sure. Which, don't worry, that'll be on the 24th.
Okay, that's fine, yeah, because we'll be commentating, we'll get you in the final, and hopefully you don't screw up again. But looking at the players here, we have an Evolving Wilds into an island, and then we have an Ash Barrens into an island as well. So it looks like Alex is sculpting his mana very nicely here, with Jonathan Harris also on the Evolving Wilds into a swamp. One of the interesting things is how much Ash Barrens has jumped in price, with a reprint coming.
Jonathan doesn't have any Ash Barrens.
No, but the Ash Baron with a reprint coming.
Yeah.
It's with a reprint coming, as we're going to see a Delver of Secrets here
comes
for Alex.
This Friday.
That's quite scary to think about.
What?
That it's coming this Friday. Because what's that coming over the hill?
It's not a monster.
It's a Jace the Wallet Sculptor. Are you going to do any drafts of M25?
Yes, I'm doing one this Friday.
Right.
We're also hosting...
Where are you doing it this Friday? Here? Or in... Oh, sure, okay.
Not at my store either.
Where are you doing it?
I feel bad saying like other places.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Is it your house?
No.
Okay, because I would have thought you'd have invited me if it was at your house.
Yeah, no, it's a local game store.
Okay, cool.
It's one that Charles is at.
It's the wrong game store, clearly.
Yeah, but I will be hosting some this weekend at my store, so hopefully it kicks off so I can enter for free.
That's fair enough. So we're going to see an island here into possibly a ponder here for Jonathan. Interestingly, he chose to play the island pre-ponder. Maybe he should have held that back and done it post-ponder, still able to access the same amount of lands.
Jonathan did pick up the deck this weekend, so...
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that these could be little plays that might be different. Stop picking on me for no reason. We've seen
Stop picking on him for no reason.
Augurobolus is a very nice pickup here for Jonathan. Going to see that trigger. Maybe find another removal spell off the top of his deck. So it'd be interesting to see what version of the Jonathan Harris is on. Is it... Obviously, we've seen a Gurmag Angler in hand, which is obviously a great one. We see the Augurobolus in play, but is he playing, I don't know, maybe a so-known 6/6 Quartern River Horror?
He's not playing Dim Rover Horror.
Okay, cool. What is he playing then?
Forbidden Alchemy.
Okay, cool. So he's obviously got the package to get the Gurmag Angler into play very cheaply.
Yeah.
Is he playing any other creatures? Apart from the Gurmag Angler, I mean.
Drifter. Null Drifter.
Yep. Okay, cool. That's pretty nice. Okay, that's it. Fine. Okay, no worries.
That is genuinely it.
Got to ask. I'm allowed to ask.
Yeah, no. Like,
So
I know Jonathan because he plays at my store.
Okay.
Uh,
So what Pauper deck did he play before this?
he didn't.
Okay.
We're doing Pauper F&M soon.
Oh,
and
wow.
for that reason, he picked this up.
That's pretty nice. I'd be very interested in coming to said Pauper F&M.
Sure, I can give you the date.
Yeah, when?
13th of April.
It's quite a long way away.
Yeah, no, we wanted people to have time to pick up the decks.
That's true. What are the others playing? Let me guess. Josh is building blue-black control.
He's borrowing it from me.
Okay, cool. So what a surprise. Funnily enough, what a surprise.
Emma's borrowing mono red from me.
Okay. That also doesn't surprise me.
Kaj is borrowing a deck from me.
What's he borrowing?
He says, I'll just play whatever you're not playing, so I'm just going to try and lend him a boring deck that I know that he doesn't like.
What are you going to play?
I'll probably call Dothor.
Yeah, Dothor is a really good deck. What, Jeskai or Boros?
I'd play straight Boros. Okay, so my mentality is there's 4 people playing blue-black control.
Right, okay. So
currently, and if you go, that will be a 5th. So I want to play a deck that
he's really good against them.
Yeah.
So I want to play Din Rover Horrors.
Yeah.
Because he's really good in the mirror.
Yeah.
Card is quite good in the mirror, as it turns out.
You know what else is good in the mirror?
Dothor Boros.
Curse of the Bloody Tomb.
Yes, that's true. I may be taking some copies of Curse of the Bloody Tome with me. So, going to see a ponder here from Alex. Hopefully, maybe try and find a mountain. Needs to try and get these Screds online. Try and deal with this Gurmag Angler, which is possibly causing some problems here. Looks like he's going to keep on top and draw. Finds no idea. No idea what he found. Probably a Ninja of the Deep Powers by the looks of it.
Oh, I love that card.
It's pretty nice. We're going to see another card being drawn. And it's one of the hallmarks for the Delver decks, actually, in this format. It's a Ninja of the Deep Powers. Lots of very difficult to block threats. Does help a lot. To draw here from Jonathan. Picks up an Augur of Bolas. Here we see the Evolving Wilds, the last play of our turn for Alex. We're going to see an attack for 5. The Gurmag Angler. Alex going to take a whopping 5 damage. Straight down to 15. Augur of Bolas with Forbidden Alchemy backup. Or maybe even just Forbidden Alchemy. Another Gurmag Angler would be pretty nice. But we're going to see 5 mana being tapped.
So there's most
Maybe
likely
the
Muldrifter?
Muldrifter. Yeah, that's pretty nice here for Jonathan. And obviously, with Alex being on more of the red version of the deck, you're less likely to get dazed. If you're on mono blue, then obviously you're playing daze. Red, blue, red, less so. Maybe he's playing daze, but we'll soon find out. It's not necessarily a hallmark of the deck.
No, but the fact that he's getting snow-covered lands represents...
Is it rather than... Represents you've got Scred.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty relevant considering that he's got 4 lands. So if he hits a land drop, he can Scred this Gurmag Angler.
Yeah.
That 5/5 thing, beating that in. Goodbye.
Yep.
Why are you waiting?
So we're probably going to see the Muldrifter draw 2 cards now. No, looks like I already drew the 2. This Izzet Delver deck just seem very popular and also rather good. Preordain here. Scry 2, draw a card. So Alex definitely doing a very good job of keeping his hand hidden very close to his chest. Doesn't want us to give any idea of what he might have in hand. Alex, one of the players who is competing right now with Kai for the winner's position within the Pauper League.
Well, considering Alex's finish tonight, he might have it.
Yeah, it depends on how Kai does, actually, because Kai was 4 points clear. He's taken a loss. See another Gurmag Angler, the draw for the turn here. Augur of Bolas looks like a Forbidden Alchemy as well. I quite fancy the Forbidden Alchemy in this position. Preferably not tapping my swamps. That seems, yep, let's not tap the swamps. May need that for the Gurmag Angler. Looks like we're going to go. He has Counterspell mana up, which is obviously an issue at the moment. But he is in a position where his opponent isn't attacking him, which feels pretty nice if you are in Jonathan's position right now. Well, I'm tired. It's almost 10:30.
Yep, it's past your bedtime.
It's definitely past my bedtime. Should be in bed already. And we're going to see the spell stutter sprite, in fact. Very nice. Now, if Jonathan were to have a removal spell here to get rid of the Fairy Miscreant, that would be quite nice. It doesn't look like he does, and I think this is just going to instead eat a counterspell and get removed. The 1/1 pairing up with the Fairy Miscreant rather well in this board position. Fairy Miscreant, such an unassuming card that's really good.
Yeah, a lot of people was expecting this to make a splash in Standard.
Yeah, it didn't. Made a splash in Pauper. Wonderful card in Pauper.
Definitely a wonderful card in Pauper. I can't believe I'm about to say this, I might try it in my Legacy deck.
Why? Sure. I guess that was the adequate response from you.
In that deck, anything's the adequate response.
Yeah, that is true. So James Francis MTG believes that it's quite a bad matchup for John. I can believe why that would be the case, as we're going to see Forbidding Alchemy in the end step here for Alex. We're going to see another spell stutter sprite.
I agree.
Another spell stutter sprite here. It does feel like Jonathan does need to try and land something good. This figure, though, is a nice place to start, obviously, with a copy of Gurmag Angler in hand. I don't mind removing one of these problematic threats before trying to land another Angler, holding up the Dispel mana if he has the Dispel in hand.
You've played this matchup quite a bit. Well, how do you feel about it?
How do you mean, sorry? What, this matchup?
Yeah.
Played it a few times. It feels favoured. It feels close, but slightly favoured to the Delver deck. Depends on how you build your blue-black deck. If you're quite a threat-dense blue-black deck, then I think you're a lot better against the Delver decks.
And if you're Jonathan?
Then you may struggle. But we're going to see another copy of Gurmag Angler here, which feels really good if we're able to dispel. Oh, we have the Dispel, the spiciness. Both players down to one card in hand, and guess what the card is for Jonathan? Another Gurmag Angler. So we see a draw the turn here for Alex. 2 cards in hand. And quite frankly, not a lot going on board at the moment. The 2 Spelltuster Sprites and the Fairy Miscreant don't really line up very well right now, although I can still see an attack. Jonathan is still at a healthy 18 life. 2 cards for Jonathan as well. Welcome back to Daisy Frog 79 into the final round. Another pass of the turn, not able to attack through, as we see a counter spell of his own for Jonathan. I'm quite a little bit more of a fan of the more creature-heavy versions of blue-black.
Yeah.
Because I think actually having board presence is really important, and especially in this matchup. As you can see, he's playing with a 2/2 and a 5/5, and he's pretty much stopped Alex's attack. Yeah. And this is where obviously not having the Delver really hurts a lot. And peace and love, one hello to you as well. Round number 4 of coverage here from Darkstream London. John Partridge, William Leach here to take you through the final times of our league, the 3rd season of the Pauper League. Unfortunately, there were some goblins, but they didn't do very well. The Red Deck Wins had to play against the joys of Black-White Pestilence, which ended Game 3 on 32 life. Which was quite scary. But yeah, let's change that over to the Gurmag Angler.
You sure?
Yeah, love me some zombie fish.
I was going to put on the Fairy Miscreant, considering we had a discussion about that.
We can put that on in a minute.
Okay.
Calm, child, calm. We'll be all right shortly.
Child. I'd like for you to know that I am an adult.
Really?
Yeah, I know, it's surprising, right?
Yeah, I know.
I have the right to vote.
That is probably more scary than you saying you're a child. That is probably terrifying. So, going to see an attack for 3 here. Jonathan dropping down to the grand total of 15 life. He's going to draw what looks like another blue, a cantrip spell, and probably another attack here for 7. I think you now have to start bus running your cards. Yeah, the zombie fish has turned itself to be a pretty good all-star in most formats. Alex going to drop down to 6 life, and it's amazing how quickly that Jonathan turned this around, and this is the benefit of being a more creature-centric version. You just have big monsters.
Yeah. So my build isn't like this. I play Curse main deck and hope to just grind the game out.
Then you have the wrong deck. Because you wouldn't have won this board state.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't have beaten the 1/1s.
Oh no, I do play fish. I play this creature base. I don't play Forbidden Alchemy.
Okay, why not? What do you play instead? The Tome. Curse of the Bloody Tome. You do, don't you? Yeah. You actually play that in that slot. Okay, that's interesting. I like a version of just like playing it with value cards, all the way up to 6 mana, and you cast Din Rover Horror.
You and this card. I bet this.
I'm gonna bring it with me and offer it to someone to play and see how it goes, because I don't really care. Like Pauper's one of the things that actually doesn't matter.
I'd love for us to do that if we like lent a deck to people, and then we put them as round 1 feature match.
Yes. We'd have to fix it slightly.
Yeah, to create match. But Word can do that.
Yep. Play my list, James Rhodes MTG. What is your list, sir? That is a good question. What is it you play?
Yeah, no, actually, your list is pretty good.
What is it? What is it?
I've got it on my WhatsApp. I can't be bothered.
Get your phone out and tell me what the list is.
Oh, sure thing. Oh, wait.
Your phone's dead. Oh, that's ironic. Yeah, unfortunately, James Rhodes MTG, you can't actually link the deck list. You have to type it out.
He's 5-0'd multiple leagues with it.
What is it then?
Blue-black control.
Hero. Hero of our times.
Why is that ironic?
Because, funny enough, you said it earlier, there's a charger over there and you didn't use it.
Oh, yeah, I'll just take it after this round.
You fool. You fool. We're going to see.
Run, you fools.
Run, you fool. I went 10-0 in leagues with it. That is pretty good.
Yeah, he's not lying.
Do like that a lot. I do also quite like
But they were friendly leagues, so they don't really count.
It does count. I'm also quite tempted to counterspell this lightning bolt.
I would be.
Yeah, get him with the counterspell. Oh, he's got another. He's got another spell stutter sprite. Chomp blocker for days. So we're going to see a substantial attack for 5.
There we go.
4 Augur for 3 Dimir active. Oh yes, see, Mana Graze Din Rover Horror is a good card.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Disfigure, Dispel, Doomblade, Evolving Wilds, Forbidden Alchemy, Gomag Angler, of course, best card. 4 Moldrifter, Ponder Preordained, Probe, Recoil, Duress. I have no idea what Envikar's Justice does.
Oh, it's a 2 and 2 black. It's a spell that's got buyback for 2. Deal 2 damage to each creature and each player.
Do you want to type it in? Going to see the untap here for Jonathan. Down to 10. And a Delver of Secrets has joined the battlefield. Counterspell the draw for the turn as well.
Oh, buyback for 3, sorry.
Buyback for 3. 2 black, sorcery, deals 2 damage to each creature you play. Okay, so it's a 4 mana Wrath, which seems pretty good. Also, there's no competitive Pauper leagues, so you were wrong.
Yeah, but there was a version. James will remember this. I did play a creatureless version of Blue-Black Control
So
once.
that's main deck Wrath effects in Shrivel and in Vicar's Justice. Nice. Like that a lot.
I did play a creatureless version of this deck once.
Yep.
With 4 Radiant Fountains and this. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's pretty good. Do like me some Radiant Fountains.
it's my favourite land of all time.
You are really weird.
I know.
Yeah, you are.
James can tell you this.
Oh, that side. Oh, sure. That makes a bit more sense. Oh, yeah, because Annul, Chainer's Edict, Dispel, Duress, Invocar's Justice, Spellbomb, and Shrivel a sideboard. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
But
Probe? Is that Jataxian Probe? I'm assuming?
No, Probe.
What does Probe do?
Jonathan's playing it, so let's bring it up. Because guess what the card is?
I just type in Probe. As we see, I don't know what the blue card is. I'm not gonna lie.
It's Probe.
Yeah, it's Probe. Okay, that's really good. So, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards from your hand. If you pay the kicker, target player discards 2 cards from his or her.
So if you pay it for 5 mana, you draw 3, discard 2, and your opponent discards 2.
Yeah, that's quite nice. That's quite cool. So draw 3, 2, and 3.
So it's a graceful Chari.
I have no idea what that card does either.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That's
with
why
that ability.
2 cards in hand for Alex. He did brainstorm though, so you've got to have a feeling that Delver may be flipping this turn.
Delver doesn't flip. Delver doesn't.
But obviously, Jonathan is on the point where he is. Well, he brainstormed, so you've got a feeling that it should be flipping, or he's trying to protect the cards on top of his deck. I like keeping the Dimir Aqueduct though. I like having the extra lands next turn. The Preordain seems pretty bad, and the Mole Drifter seems like it might be the other best card in the deck, in the hand, sorry.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to discard Counterspell and Preordain. I do like if you... And we're going to discard 2 lands. That seems pretty fine. Interesting, doesn't play the... Oh no, he does play the Dimir Aqueduct. And we're going to pick up an island and pass the turn back. Quick untap here for Alex. Trigger a Delver of Secrets. Got to assume it's going to flip this turn. And no, it does not. You would have bingoed! That's next week's one. You can't have this one. You're not allowed to tick it off. We'll have to sort that out for next week. You're not allowed to tick that off at the moment. So it must have been pretty good, though, that Alex wanted to protect it. The lands, obviously, on the top did help a lot with a Mole Drifter in hand ready to go. I'm still thinking you just attack with everything. You don't lose anything. Like, you're going to deal 5 damage, guaranteed, because you're going to have what's it called? Ninja of the Deep House trade-off with the Mole Drifter. Also, I think if you're just attacking with Spell Status Rights, you aren't really winning the game. And I think your opponent's forced into intro. That's really interesting.
What? That's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage, down to 5. Gets to draw a card with both ninjas.
2.
Oh, that's quite greedy.
That was really greedy. If he draws a bolt, then Jonathan just loses, right? Because he turns his stuff sideways next turn and goes, wee.
I mean, Alex is at 6, so there is a world in which Alex dies this turn. It seems unlikely, especially as this is
Yeah, double removal spell.
It looks like there's another Mole Drifter in hand, so I don't mind starting with that. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's only 6, so could be a Sultai Scavenger. No, it's another Gurmagangler.
No, you counted.
Yeah, so 6 cards delved away. Alex, have you found Counterspell?
I don't get why Jonathan is playing this now.
Yeah, we found Counterspell. We do have a Mole Drifter in hand. Island.
1, 2,
3, 4. I don't like tapping the swamp though. Here we go. Let's get the island. We're going to play another Mole Drifter. It's going to resolve. Draw 2. Draw 1. Draw 2.
Ooh.
We still have a... we made a land drop for the turn.
Oh, I forgot the name of that card.
Maybe you should ask James. James will probably know.
James probably would know. James is a much better Pauper player than I am.
I don't think that's hard, is it?
To be fair, James is a much better player than I am.
That's fair enough. We're going to see a Fairy Miscreant here. He's going to draw a card with the other Fairy Miscreant already in play. 3 cards back into hand for Alex. Recoil. Hello. That's not.
There is not a K in Recoil.
Nope. No, there is not.
Destroy target. Oh. Dimmer over Horror's ability.
Yeah, I can see that. On an instant 3-mana spell.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we're going to see the big attack here. Obviously, Delver not flipping again. I think you have to block both ninjas. So block a ninja, block a Delver.
Yeah,
if your opponent has Bolt, you're dead anyway.
Block the Delver. I don't get it.
Take 2. Trade some things away. All 3 things die for Alex, and we have Bolt. Bolt for lethal. And game number 1 going to Alex Hollenby and his Izzet Delver deck. A timely Lightning Bolt there to help him out with filling out game number 1. Interesting.
Yeah, that only took
a while. I think maybe some different blocks from Jonathan may have helped him out in that game, like not allowing the ninja through.
Definitely, I don't understand that block.
Yeah. So we're going to see some some Chain's Edicts in the sideboard. Looks like some Shrivels. It's a very similar sideboard. So I like the Shrivels. I like the Shrivels very much indeed. And we're going to see the other Wrath effect there for Jonathan.
And here's me just trying to get a peek of what Alex is doing.
More blue or red spells.
That's like saying that the blue-black controlled deck is putting in more blue or black spells.
That's not true because he's playing Null Spellbomb.
Why? Why?
It's all right, mate. Don't worry.
Why?
Then don't say silly questions. Tell this guy to buy new sleeves. Yes, we all have to make sure he has some spell ones. Did you win in? Did you go 0-4? You went 0-4.
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow my blue-black deck next week? No. Oh yeah, because it'll be legal by then. Got a Relentless Rats deck on the making. That'd be nice. Because M25 will have been released by then. Golgari Rats. What's the green for?
Lead the Stampede.
Yes,
of course.
Lead the Stampede for more Relentless Rats.
Then why doesn't...
Sorry?
Echoing Courage.
Echoing Courage. Put in Echoing Courage. But I can lend you my Din Rover Horror blue-black deck.
I bet I've spelled it wrong.
Nope. 1 and a green. Target creature and all other creatures with the same name. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Boom, right you. Ha ha. Bosh, dead. Here comes the pims. Bish, bash, bosh.
I got that.
I'd like to cut the recalls. Yes, I would like to cut the recoils as well against the Delver deck of cheap spells. Seems very much more inclined to be used against the decks that are playing much more expensive spells.
Judge.
Judge. What's the judge for?
I don't know, I just felt...
Okay, sure. You just felt like it.
Yeah.
You strange little man, if you get my meaning.
I get the reference.
Good. That's fine. Well, we finally found a film you get the reference for. I'm quite shocked, actually. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get Russ over here and explain the scoring system for this league, because obviously there was some quite close at the top between Alex and Kai, and obviously Alex looks like he might be on his way to... Well, I was going to actually tell you what he was on, but...
What's Kai's record?
Stole shit from us. I think Kai was on 2-1.
Okay, so Kai needs to lose this round and Alex needs to win this round if there was a 4-point difference.
I was hoping they'd have the things on it. Ooh, we can look at standings. Alex was on a win, so Jonathan was on the draw.
Sure. So, if Alex wants to overcome Kai, Kai needs to lose and Alex needs to win.
Yeah, I believe so. Might have to double check with Russ on exactly how the scoring system does work in the Pauper League.
If it, like, you can run the league through Word, and that would use the points that you get usually.
Oh, so 3 points for a win.
Yeah.
So Alex has to go 2 wins more than Kai.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I might have to actually check with Russ, just to confirm all of that information that you just shared. So players are going to shuffle up for game number 2. See if we can try and get this one over and done with very soon. I'm just going to go and quickly reset the life totals, and I'll be back in a moment.
Sure thing. I like to cut the retail. It's also in the deck to bounce your opponent's bounce lands on the early turns in the game. So much tempo. Oh. John, while you're over there, put my phone on charge. Sure. I hear John conversing with Russell about the... Sure.
They did this really, really powerful thing of, just as I was about to turn up, they reset the life totals. Ugh. Magic players.
Just as you left, I went,
John. Why? Oh, you put your phone on. Oh, that's it.
thank you. John's great. And while they're opening with their starting hands, like, yeah, that sounds like a huge tempo play. As John's been very nice in putting my phone on charge, so I have some music to listen to on my walk home. All the way back to the lovely land of Croydon.
What, Dismal Backwater? Oh man, that was
no,
that was hilarious. Right, Ponder, a Ponder here for Jonathan Harris. 21 already, and he's going to have a quick look at some lands. Well, look at it, we're going to see an Ash Baron cycled by Alex, just to save a bit of time. Go and get the extra lands he needs. Go and probably find another.
Kai is definitely not your age, James.
How old is James? Oh no, Kai's quite young. He's one of the up-and-coming young players here at Doctor in London. Definitely one of the premier Pauper players when he's top of the league, alongside Alex. Going to see another Dismal Backwater.
Yeah, but James is younger than me, and Kai's older than me, right?
Kai's older than you?
I think. I don't know.
How old are you?
I'm 20. How old is Kai?
I don't think he's that old, is he? I don't know. I've never asked.
I don't know.
Nor what I have any reason to. Just quickly shot across the room. So, second island here for Alex. Probably representing the counter spell shrivel in here in hand.
Ask him. I'm not going to ask him in the middle of the bloody game across the...
So it looks like we're going to have a preordain here. And that's going to resolve. Alex not really interested in countering that with Spellstutter Sprite yet. Looks like there's a card on the floor, so we're just going to let the players know, just to remind them that is the case.
Oh, hi, John. Danny, do you know how old Kai is?
17.
He's 17. Okay, so maybe James. That's great. Oh, sorry. You need...
What are you doing?
He needs them.
Get out!
Ow. 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 Ow.
Out! This is deck box. Funny, looks like
Kai
his
is
sleeves.
17. He is
Kai
the
is
same
17.
age as James Francis.
Oh wow. So they do go to college.
Maybe.
Maybe, never know. So we're going to see an attack here by the Spellstutter Sprite, which counts the second preordain. Another snow-covered island into play. See if Alex has any interest in doing anything yet. Or whether he's just going to keep going through his cards. Maybe cast a cantrip here. We're going to see a preordain of his own. I do like the Spellstutter Sprite so well that they sometimes do. I didn't say that card, it's a Spellstutter Sprite.
You said he's going to cast a preordain.
Yeah, but I said I like Spellstutter Sprite.
And
Does
I
it count as preordain?
I like preordain.
I'm sure you do.
I remember once we were playing...
Pass back at the turn to Jonathan.
We were playing some Modern before I even knew what Legacy was. And someone went Serum Visions. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if there's a card like Serum Visions, but the other way round? And someone just shouted across the room, there is. It's called Banned in Modern.
It's called Banned in Modern. Nice. Just what you want. So Brainstorm here from Alex. One of the older art versions of Brainstorm there. Obviously on a newer art border, but one of the original art pieces.
I love it.
Brought up to date. I've got the strange one. What is it? Not the Skull Cloud.
Yeah.
The one which is like I can't remember which one it is. It's not that one. It's the one after that.
Yeah, I know the one.
Nice one.
The
So
one
we're
that
going to
if I
see
type
the perfect brainstorm here. The perfect brainstorm here from Alex, able to cycle away his Ash Barons to find the basic mountain, snow-covered basic mountain that he needs to continue. So we're going to put Brainstorm in the system. No, it's not a flying skull.
I know the one you're on about. The one that is ahead and then it's an actual storm coming off it.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I know the one. The conspiracy one.
Probably. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that artwork.
I'm not a fan of the Thunder Cloud, of the Skull Cloud.
No. It doesn't.
That one.
Yeah, that's the one I was on about.
Yeah.
That's the one I've got.
That's the coolest art though.
What, the Ice Age one?
Yeah.
I love the Ice Age one.
Yeah, it's quite nice. We're going to see Preordain. Alex suitably spinning his wheels, trying to find the right cards for him to play.
That felt good.
The Mizium Sphere Array drove her mind deep into the thought field, where only the rarest motes of genius may be plucked. It's quite nice.
Thank you.
It doesn't mean you.
I mean,
Just looking at the other
obviously
ones,
not
like I
you.
see more than others do because I know where to look. That's on that one there.
Sure.
And then the Ice Age one says, I reeled from the blow, and then suddenly I knew exactly what to do. Within moments, victory was mine. Some of the interesting flavor text that is written onto different cards. Definitely an interesting position to be in, though, for Jonathan, as we're going to see a Faithless Looting. Forbidden Alchemy here in the
That's
end
not red.
No, you're right, it's not. I think Alex may have to let this resolve, because if he does have a counterspell, he can just get, like, Gurmag Anglered. But maybe he's going to dispel it. No, I like that. I like the dispel. But I think this is now going to be the prime opportunity. So, welcome 6 Angry Bears. Welcome to the stream. We are in round number 4 of coverage.
Our final round.
It is our final round. We have Izzet Delver versus Blue-Black Control.
It is Delver.
It is Delver. Izzet Delver. We're going to see 5 mana being tapped here for the Mole Drifter. Try and refill on some of the cards that have been removed. We're going to see a Dispel and something else. Maybe another Dispel. Couldn't quite see.
No, both these Dispels are the same artwork.
So players are already counting libraries, apparently. How people are going to mill themselves out.
Why? I don't get this.
Danny's not even over next to them. But pass back of the turn to Alex, not having a removal spell in the end, so we're going to see another island into play here.
Talking of which.
2 mana being tapped, 1 in a red, and 3 mana being tapped. Looks like we have a Stormbound Geist here.
It looks like he's checking his sleeves.
Possibly at what he could be doing. Thank you very much.
What are those? What are those?
This is Flickered in Rover Horror.
Oh, what's the one on the left?
A null.
Oh, it's the original.
Yeah, this looks cool. I don't know.
You needed these.
They're nice. Put them down. I can hear them flicking.
I do that during my streams. I'm terrible for it.
That's fine, but it's your stream, not when you're streaming for someone else.
No, I'm commentating.
Exactly. You have something more important to be focusing on right now. So we're going to see a couple of mana being tapped here by Jonathan. We're going to go for 3 mana, and we're going to see the appearance of the Gurmag Angler. 7 mana 5/5. I'm actually going to do, if I ever get on camera, I am deliberately tap 7 mana for a Gurmag Angler at some point, because then you can bingo card me. So we're going to see a Preordain here from Alex. Both players at a healthy 20 life at the moment. The Spellstutter Sprite only able to get through the Dismal Backwater to his original starting life total.
Oh, I love Stormbound Geist. There's so many cards in this deck that I just really like.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You sure there's dash in it?
No idea, but we'll soon find out.
I thought it was one word.
Oh, it must be. Stormbound, guys. 1 blue, Undying, 2/2. Can only be blocked by creature with flying. So it's actually really interesting that he chose not to attack into the Muldrift and try and opt for the trade. So obviously it would then come back as a 3/3. But maybe he's more worried about his opponent having a removal spell to deal with the Stormbound Geist coming back as a 3/3 flyer.
But even then, you just 2 for 1 to your opponent.
Yeah, it is true. We can see a Ponder here from Alex. Plenty of cards still in hand here for Alex. Just not quite able to find the Ninja yet to find a way of attacking through. But the Gurmag Angler might soon make light work of this board state. Going to see an attack here for 2. I think if you, Jonathan, you say, okay, sure.
Sure, maybe that's why he didn't attack.
Now we have a Scred to deal with the Gurmag Angler. We are going to see a Dispel. It is an instant. So we're going to see Dispel. In fact, we have 2 Dispels. So this should be pretty good counterwall. But Scred's going to get countered. Dispel! So we're going to see an untap here for Alex. The 5/5 is still alive and kicking, Evolving Wilds off the top.
Because this is Magic the
Or Tragic the Saddening.
It's Swagic.
No, that's Swag Tusk. You can't use Swagic's not a real thing. As we're going to see an attack here for 7 by Jonathan. A nice huge attack here. seeing an Evolving Wilds hit the field, and we're going to see a pass back at the turn to Alex. Draws for the turn. Looks like he has another Scred in hand ready to go. Oh, thanks very much. If you insist. So we're going to see an attack.
Or not.
The thing is at the moment that Alex is not winning the race.
No, and I think he knows this, which is why he's playing this Augur of Bolus and finding the counterspell, which is great.
Yep, that's really good to find.
For
Definitely something that Alex needed to find at that point in time. So we can see an attack for 3.
I
See another Scred. Looks like we're going for another Dispel.
I don't like playing the Scred now.
Like, you are tapping out. Your opponent has another Gurmag Angler. That's fine. I'll just make another Gurmag Angler.
But yeah, like, you're tapping out on your turn with instant speed cards.
Yeah, and you can also, like, Evolving Wilds, you can also play the...
You can also wait until he does something and then react to it. So he's got the tax on mana.
Yeah.
Like, when he taps out,
he can also bounce the Stormbound Geist now. Yeah, he can bounce. Yeah. When he taps out, use your 1 remaining white mana. So, Grank 1-2. Well, Grank 12-12. Hello, chaps. Any suggestions for a command to beat my friend? I have no idea about commander. What commander is your opponent? Is your friend playing? I would say opponent or your enemy or your friend. What is your friend playing in commander? And then this man can probably answer the question for you. Because what I'll tell you is, does it have Courser Crucifix in it? Does it have Oracle of Moldire in it?
Yes.
Does it have Scapeshift in it?
Yes.
Then you're probably going to play this deck because it sounds like a wicked deck to me. What's the commander?
Omnath.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. But play an interesting commander.
Okay, cool.
Play Surek Dragonclaw.
Nope. I'm going to give you a Bant commander to play.
Okay.
Forgot the bloody name of her already. Rune. Yeah.
So, so your friend plays a mill deck. In Commander, your friend plays a mill deck.
Yeah.
So is that even a thing?
You can play Una, Queen of the Fae, or you can play Phenax, the god. I prefer playing Phenax. Yeah. Rune. That was James's first commander deck.
Looks like we're going to bounce.
That. Place the DC Brutarian. Play, if you really just want to win, I have a deck that wins on turn 2.
Play Tasiga.
It's got a 60% chance to win on turn 2, and then it's got, like... yeah. No, it's what I do if I've got no money and I go to a GP.
That's also true.
I'm like, I've got no money, let's make money.
Oh wow, we've got more counter spells. Oh my goodness me. That is a stack. Looks like Alex may have just grabbed the upper hand in this match.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a Doomblade. We still have the Doomblade, which does mean that one of these cards is going to resolve. So we're going to see a load of cards hit the bin. We're going to see that get bounced to hand and discard a card. So how much do you value the Stormbound Geist?
What's the prize for winning this league?
I don't know. Russ, what's the prize for winning the league? Sorry? You currently sponsor it. Okay, so Russ is the happy sponsor of this amazing league. Sorry? Custom playmat. With the MTG Pauper London logo. Okay. That on its own is pretty sweet. That's actually quite a good prize. I like that. And a variety of set foils. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That sounds sweet.
I wish I played.
You're not very good then, that's fine. Oh, sure. So you get a playset of Vault Scourge promos. That's pretty sweet. Not the ones from your deck. Oh, really?
What?
Have you got other ones then? Oh, that's fine then.
Oh, well,
just got these 4 spare ones.
I have normal ones that I can give you then.
Oh wow, so we're going to Shrivel dealing with most of the board there. Looks like we might be seeing a pass back of the turn. That's actually really sweet that we do that. I really like that a lot, that we do that. And obviously the custom playmat is worth quite a bit actually. It'd be really nice to have because obviously you get your name on it, which is obviously super sweet. We're going to see Ponder here. It was a pretty good top deck there for Alex.
I'm not allowed to use my custom magic event.
Why not? Is it because it's Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
Why? Is it rude?
Apparently.
Is it not stream-worthy?
No.
Okay, then let's not. We can discuss that one after it's finished.
Apparently, it's got, like...
We can go over it afterwards if it's not good for stream.
Oh, no, I can talk about it. It's fine.
Okay, sure.
I can describe it. It's basically, I've got a bunch of images on there from a bunch of games and stuff that I like.
Cool.
And animes. And do you know...
Oh, hello. Counterspell, the last card in hand. The Stormbound Geist is going to bite the dust. 10 to 10 the life totals. Both players playing off the top of their deck. Well, not so much anymore. Both players hellbent. I think the Muldrifter wins this one. Counterspell is also a fantastic draw there. Alex down to 8. Pass back of the turn. Draw. Do we find anything? We found a... Well, it's going to get countered. I would counterspell this one because I don't want you looking at more cards.
Yeah, getting more value.
Getting for 1. Yeah, like you don't want your opponent having any more value than they absolutely have to. Both players are going to, again, a top of deck here brings a swamp, so we're going to attack for 2, and we're going to pass the turn back to Alex. Draw. Looks like it was a relevant card.
I don't know.
Pass the turn back. Draw for the turn. That is a good draw.
Yeah.
Attack. Take 2. Pass the turn. Draw. Attack for 1. Okay. Deal.
Sure. He just keeps taking it until you do something.
Scred. Right. Okay. I would bounce my own creature and discard the swamp that I've got in hand.
Can you target?
Have a look. I hope you can, because it's pretty... Oh, he drew a counter spell! Oh, wow. That is time of the round call just now. Players love a little bit extra. Evolving Wilds. Oh, man, if that recall had resolved, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, you could have targeted your own thing.
Oh, my goodness, that would have been amazing. Turn number 1 here for Alex, and it looks so close to the game being a draw, but it looks like Alex might just pull his way out of it with some very, very timely top decks here. Scred, we got counterspell into Scred, seems pretty powerful. Ponder here, going to set up the next few turns. Looks like Alex is going to keep it and draw. Swing in the attack for 1.
Oh, imagine if you got Ninja here.
Well, yep, we found a Ninja.
I am a god.
You're also very lucky. We're going to draw an extra card. It looks like the game might be over from here. He's going to pass the turn straight back. Interesting that he decided not to replay the... he must have maybe found a counterspell then, because otherwise you would imagine that he would be very much all in on playing the cards that he has in hand.
Definitely.
It's finished very late tonight, this Pauper tournament.
It's 11 o'clock.
Untap and draw. What do we find for Alex? Oh, Augur of Bolas.
I'm not going to get home until like 1 a.m.
Augur of Bolas. Does it resolve? It resolves. Draw. Look at the top 3 cards of our library. You get to take 1 with you. Well, there's a counterspell. I like that one probably the most.
Yeah, counterspell or removal spell is what you take here, right?
Yeah, like you can't. Yeah, you take the counterspell. You have a blocker for the Ninja, which helps. Pass the turn back. Turn number 3. I don't think we're going to see Alex win the game, as I don't believe he can burn out his opponent with the deck, unless he has a corrupt. Just happens to be hanging out in his deck. Should be pretty sweet if he did. Like the random one to deal you. I suppose it only deals 2 damage because he's mainly on islands at the moment. Only 2 swamps available. Ponder taken off of the Augur of Bolas. 2 mana. Augur of Bolas again. Alex basically setting up shop saying, I'm going to win this game 1-0.
Yeah.
Pass turn back. Untapped. Turn number 4 here. Jonathan draws Gurmagangler. Possibly a turn too late. It's very much a shame because that could have been able to him to maybe set up a game win at some point. We're going to see the Gurmagangler. We're going to see a counterspell, and he doesn't decide to use a counterspell. Okay, cool. Turn number 5. Obviously doesn't see that he can win the game. Draw for the turn, probably a pass the straight turn back. Alex going to take this game at 1-0.
Not necessarily. It's very unlikely that he does win here, but there is...
But he does have a lightning... I suppose lightning bolt would win.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And he'll take the 2-0. But he does have counterspell in hand, so obviously it's...
Who, Jonathan?
Yeah, he has Counterspell in hand. Also have a Preordain. Oh no, a Gush. Tapping, obviously floating a blue mana. Very, very good play there by Alex. Looks like he's found
the lightning bolt.
Found the lightning bolt. Preordain here with the blue mana that got floated.
Yeah, so
Scry
you just
2.
find the counterspell now, and then you've won.
Actually won the game 2-0 rather than dragging it out to a 1-0 victory in turns. So I think my next trains are like 20 to 12 or something. Let's get home at 20 to 1 in the morning. Oh wow. And I've got to be up in the morning.
Same.
Oh shame. What time have you got to be up?
6:30.
I've got to be at 5:30.
My dad leaves the house at 5:20.
Oh no, it's depressing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt, Counterspell? Nope. Not going to win the game. Got a 1-0 victory instead. Shake of the hands there. Jonathan Harris, unfortunately not able to convert his decent lead that he got and take it through.
That was a grind.
That was a grind. That was a very, very long grind. But what that does mean is it brings us to the end of our coverage here from Darkstone London for our Monday night Pauper. We're going to, unfortunately, have to shut the stream off very quickly because some of us need to get trains. This man over to my right needs to put the results into the stream. It's been a wonderful day, another wonderful evening of Pauper action here from Darkstone London. Will, is there anything you'd like to add before we do depart once again?
I am so glad that that's over. That final match is over.
Fair enough, but
that was a grind.
It was a grind, but what that does mean is 4 rounds of Pauper action in the bag. The league has now resolved. Russell will work out for tomorrow who has won the league. It's going to be very close. Alex taking down 4-0 today does mean it's going to be very hard for Kai. He needed to have won his last round to even be in with a chance of finishing.
Did he?
Did Kai win?
Did Kai win? Yes, he did.
So Kai won, so it'll be very close. I'm not exactly sure how the numbers add up. I'm going to leave that to Russell to organise. But next week is our Pauper winner box on Monday night. So any of you who do watch, you want to come join us for some winner box Pauper, it'd be fantastic to have you along. The biggest field possible is always good when you have these big events. We will have the interviews with the winners of the various leagues over the last couple of months. But that does bring us to the end. William, thank you very much for joining me again. It's been a pleasure. And all of you at home, thank you very much for tuning in and watching and supporting us here at Darkstone in London. We love what we do, and we hope that you do as well. Until, well, probably Wednesday for me, but until next Monday for me. For you, Pauper is over for yet another week. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.
Bye.